social and political commentary from a Christian male perspective.
Grace and peace, everybody. We're back. You saw that thumbnail. You saw the title. So you know what we're about to do? We're about to get at the Friday Night Lights. I got a whole bunch of stuff I want to talk about, and I want to hear what you think about it as well. But before we get too far afield, I want to say thank you so much for jumping in. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for jumping into the best live chat on the internet. If you don't mind, give me an emoji to denote where you're from. So as you see, of course, I am from the great state of Georgia. So we got that peach state emoji rocking and popping. We got the Peach State emoji rocking and pop. So jump up in that best live chat on the internet. I want to say thank you to all of the brand new members. Thank you so much to all of you all. And let's go ahead and pick out Amber. Thank you so much, Amber Mist, for joining not only the best live chat on the internet, but the best Discord on the internet as well. Thank you so much for joining the Dear Woke Christian Nation. I think we'll use that for the discussion tonight. Thank you so much. Welcome to all of you all. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Everybody who's hit that like button, they hit the subscribe button, that bell notification got abused, all of that stuff. Thank you all to all of you all for jumping in with us tonight. So we got a lot going on. So I'm looking forward to having a great conversation tonight. So I'll definitely be looking at your comments in the live chat. So please be like mad and go ahead and Georgia in the house. Please go ahead and jump into the best live chat on the internet. What else we got? What's going on with you? What's going on, KJ? How are you, friend? Grace and peace to you. Chesapeake, Virginia in the building. You know it. Y'all know it. I love it. Great. Get up in here. Thank you so much. So I do want to say I appreciate y'all because my goal is to hit 50,000 subscribers by the end of April. So by the time Jason House takes his oath of office in Dalton, Illinois, I need us to be at 50,000 plus subscribers. So we're working hard at it. So I want to say thank y'all so much for helping me with that by hitting that like button, hitting the subscribe button, and all that kind of good stuff. So thank y'all so much. And thank y'all so much for the views this week. Y'all been watching the videos, man. I want to say thank you so much. We got better than 100, almost 100,000, like 95 and some change. 1,000 views this week, man. Thank y'all so much. I'm glad y'all like the content, whether it be the live streams or the videos on demand or short form videos, and of course the shorts. I appreciate y'all. So thank you so much for jumping in. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm glad that you are finding value in what we're doing over here. So thank y'all so much. What we got? We did hit this 37,000. We did. Absolutely. Thank you so much to all 37,000 of y'all. What we got here? DC up in the building. Well, what's the emoji though? What's the emoji? Erlet? What's the emoji for DC? We need an emoji for y'all. There's got to be a good emoji for DC. I'm sure there is. I'm sure y'all got some good character up there. Y'all got some good culture up there. Go on, give me a good emoji for DC. What you got here? Yeah, absolutely. Good to see y'all. So tonight, we got a couple of spicy topics, and then I got a couple of fun topics as well. And then I might just open up the panel and bring some folk on and such like that. So earlier this week, I dropped the video. Actually, it was on Monday. How DC, speaking of DC, shout out to DC, they're removing the Black Lives Matters mural from what they call Black Lives Matter Plaza, and it's going to be called Liberty Plaza, right? First of all, I didn't realize all that they had done to put that thing on that street. I just thought it was painted on the street. I mean, this is like a major undertaking. I mean, it's taking several days to get this thing moving. But besides that, so I make no qualms about my feelings about Black Lives Matters, social justice, and critical race theory. I just find it interesting when other people finally say the quiet parts out loud. So I got a video today of a rapper, and not necessarily known to be, the most right-leaning rapper possible, right? And he's talking about this very openly, and he's calling them exactly what I've called them, a scam. But before we get there, what's going on, Buckeyes? I like it. I see you, Chris. Okay, what is that? I don't know what that one is, Chris. You might have to help me out. I might be in remedial. There's nothing from Mumbo Sauce. Uh-oh. Maybe some go-go. Put some go-go boots on there. There you go. Put some boots on there. We'll let you get it with some boots. 400,000, 400. Wait, I'm sorry. $4 million price tag for the mural. That's what I'm talking about. That's craziness. That is such a scam. Welcome, Donna, to the team. There we go. Thank you. The Polish flag. Welcome, Chris. Chris is over on the other side of the pond. Welcome, sir. Welcome to the team. Good to have you. And Donna, welcome for becoming a new member. Shout out to you. I love it. Welcome, y'all. All right, so let's bring this in. So this rapper, his name is Lil Yachty. I have no idea why he's called Lil Yachty, but I think he approaches this topic pretty interesting. And I do want to talk a little bit about the hostess as well. So I'm gonna bring this back just a little smidgen. I think it started running while I was talking. It did. All right, let's go. Bring it in. Let's go, Jason.
You spent $100,000 on a trip to Disney once. How much have you spent on charitable causes this year? Let's start cooking these pancakes.
This year technically just started, so this year, I mean, like, it's hard to.
What about last year?
Well, last year, it's hard to gauge.
All right. So what about the year before last year?
Oh, well, that year, that's a good year. Yeah, it's just blurry. I be doing so much.
BLM? Since you want to be so black power?
BLM is a scam.
Wait, let me back it up. She knew where this was going. You can see it in her eyes. Bless her heart. You know where she's going. She knows it. She said, how much have you given charitably this year? And of course, this is 2025. It's only 2 months in at this point. He didn't do much. He said, well, what about last year? What about the year before? You can tell where she's trying to get to. She's trying to get to the summer of love so she can say, hey, what'd you do on summer of love? Watch this. Let's do it again.
Yeah, that's a good year. Yeah, it's just blurry. I be doing so much.
BLM? Since you want to be so black power?
BLM is a scam.
Clip that. Send it to the fucking news.
BLM was literally a scam. They had bought mansions, and you probably wouldn't know anything about it because you don't care about black people. So you follow black
I do care about black people. Look at my chocolate. You're mad?
It's a disguise.
Oh my gosh.
I think I'm literally the most pro-black person in this room.
Because you have an all-white staff?
They're not white. They're POC. Thank you.
What?
What? Don't laugh.
I do have.
Okay, I do want to point this out. Shout out to Lil Yachty for at least calling out the quiet parts loud. Notice that the person said that their adult fun time preference is equivalent to our skin color. I'm going to back that up so you can hear that again. Like that, they no longer see, sadly, we shouldn't actually equate or raise up or elevate somebody's skin color, but because they've embraced this idea to such a degree, they literally are making their preferences in the bedroom equivalent to my lack of preference for my skin color. Well, let's do it again.
Have an all-white staff?
They're not white. They're POC. Thank you. What? Don't laugh.
I do have a gay, so I also am.
Gay?
If you like truthful news,
I just thought that was really ridiculous. And shout out to Lil Yachty. Again, I don't know what that name means, but shout out to Lil Yachty for saying the quiet part out loud. That BLM was a scam. Now, I would love for him to explain it out a little bit more, teased it out a little bit more, and gave them a little bit more understanding. Not just that they bought mansions with it, but they did nothing to benefit the black community with it. So you say Black Lives Matters and you guilt trip people into giving you millions and tens of millions of dollars, but it doesn't funnel to these communities that needed it. Hence another reason why I can't get with those Target protests and those Target boycotts, because the same pastors that are saying we need to boycott Target had no problem propping up and elevating BLM, even though BLM did nothing to help the black community. Not one thing. They literally used the names and faces and such and stories of people who did pass away during the summer of love. But those families were never made right through BLM. BLM did nothing to help them at all. So that's why I can't get with them, because y'all are complete and total scams. You are fraudsters. I wish they would go ahead and release some indictments on y'all, but I don't think we have the stomach for that. But I thought that was super funny how Lil Yachty, again, I don't know what a Lil Yachty is. I would rather a large Yachty, I guess. I don't know. What's a Lil Yachty? Anyway, I do want to bring up this quote, and I've brought this up before, and this is appropriate, I feel like. How do we do this? There we go. There's another class of colored people Booker T. Washington says, who make a business out of keeping the troubles and wrongs and the hardships of the Negro race before the public. And I'll finish. Let me fill out everything that he said. Having learned that they are able to make a living out of their troubles, they have grown into the settled habit of advertising their wrongs, partly because they want sympathy and partly because it pays. Some of these people do not want the Negro to lose his grievance because they do not want to lose their jobs. And that's Booker T. Washington, an editor and an educator in order from the 1860s. Shout out to him. He was an actual former slave, by the way. And I think that's pretty dope. His understanding is something that we can definitely learn from. And shout out to Booker T. What we got here in the chat? What's going on? All these new people. Looks like we got about 80 of y'all have jumped in. I appreciate y'all stopping through. Tonight, just going over some things. I call it cleaning out the traps. A lot of little articles and such have come across my way. I said I was just going to go over those, give you a lay of the land, what to expect. Next week is going to be pretty wild. So give you a little lay of the land, what to expect. And then we're going to just probably do a panel and answer questions. If y'all want to ask me questions, all that kind of good jazz. I do want to tell you that on Sunday, please forgive me, on Sunday, I will be sitting down with Flip Chicago Red. That's a movement of activists in Chicago that are working very hard and very diligently to change the narrative, the political landscape of Chicago. Chicago is known as a very deeply blue state, a blue city. Well, Flip Chicago Red is working very hard to change that. So I'm going to have Danielle Carter, and I believe the founder of Flip Chicago Red, in on Sunday night. That'll be a good conversation. So hopefully you all have time to stop by. The link is in the description or in the thumbnail for the video. It's already posted on my channel. So see y'all on Sunday. Now, Monday, I have a great interview planned. And this is going to be during the day, though. I have a great interview planned. I put the request out there the other day. I said, man, I would love to meet this person. I'd love to have a conversation with her. She sounds like a really cool person. Well, guess what? On Monday, we are all going to meet Dr. Nikita Scott. So Dr. Scott, who is the proprietor of and visionary of Free Indeed Food Pantry and several other little small services in the Dalton area, is going to be coming on the show. She and I talked today. Her story is fantastic. And I think you all are going to be, it might be a lunch. You might need to take an early lunch. Okay. But we're going to have a great conversation. We're going to just talk about what Free Indeed is about, how they're moving along, and of course, how we can support and help them as the undocumented Dalton residents that we are. But yeah, we're going to have a great time on Monday with Dr. Nikita. And my somebody requested that we do Mayor Monday. Remember that Mayor Monday shout out? Well, I started this past Monday looking at the mayor of Jonesboro. And so on this Monday, we got another one coming up, and it's a mayor I don't think we've talked much about. So stay tuned. We'll check her out on Mayor Monday. I actually got two of them, two mayors we haven't talked about. So every Monday, I'll be doing a video or videos on some mayors that just misbehaving, doing the wrong thing, doing wrong. Because believe it or not, there are other mayors besides Tiffany. Now, I do talk about a mayor that's doing the right thing too, or doing pretty good. So I just want to, we're going to try to balance it out a little bit. So Mayor Monday, we'll be keeping that going so as long as we can. And I appreciate my members in the Discord that have been throwing me ideas about Mayor Monday. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you are a member of the channel, I know the mods have been dropping the link in the chat. Jump over, follow the link to the community post so you can join the best Discord on the planet. So looking forward to doing that. And we're going to have fun. Let's see what we got. Dr. Scott is amazing. I agree, KJ. Look, we talked for about 30 minutes. I said, wow, this is a great conversation. I was kind of mad because I was doing housework. I was like, shoot, I had to get some stuff done too. So, but we had a great conversation. I'll make sure I'm not doing housework on Monday though. Got to give her that time for sure. What do you think about the list of words 47 banned from the language used daily? I don't know. I got to look into that. I don't know, but I will look into it. All right. I will look into it for sure. Oh, thank you so much. There it is right there. Thank you, Mandy. Lots of good conversation going on. All that family reunion stuff in the chat. I always love that. good family reunion, jumping around and such like that. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank you so much for being a part of the best live chat and the best live stream, I believe, on the internet for sure. Okay, so the other day I did a video on pastors that are going to Chicago. These people are embarrassing. So these pastors that are going to Chicago to protest at corporate offices. I want to say it's like major companies' corporate offices that are changing back or rolling back their DIE standards. Okay. So these pastors, these black pastors that are supposed to be preaching God's word, representing Christ on the earth, being a shepherd, all that kind of good jazz. They are going to Chicago to protest. And so in that video, I mentioned that there's a lot of crime in Chicago. So why are you not actually going to Chicago to protest the crime? And somebody, this is the person right here, chose to challenge me. And they said, what did they say? And yet Chicago isn't even in the top 20 most dangerous cities in America. Full stop. I don't remember saying that it was the most dangerous. I did say it was dangerous. I did say there's a lot of people being deleted and such like that, but I don't believe I said the most, but I could have said the most. And I don't think, even if it's not the most dangerous, I think we can all agree that any crime is really bad. But let's continue. In fact, 15 of the top 20 most dangerous cities are in red states. Stop again. So I'm in a red state. I'm in Georgia, and the city of Atlanta is a blue city. Is run by Democrats, and it's not actually on the top 20 dangerous cities. But I think that's kind of interesting. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually look at the stats that this gentleman's talking about. And he says, then we go from here. Get over it, dude. Your time is coming. I don't know if he's speaking in tongues. I don't know what happened here. Hope you're happy. And my reply to him was, is your spelling on purpose? I couldn't understand why he was spelling things like that. I was like, wait, why are we writing like this? It made no sense to me. But what did make sense, and I did ask him, and I didn't screenshot it. I asked him like, hey, where did you get these stats from? Because I would like to look at the stats that he was referencing. And the guy said, well, you can look them up. I said, okay. But if I look them up and I get a different number than what you're talking about, what do? We're not looking at apples and oranges. Well, we are looking at apples and oranges, but I digress. So today I'm going to do something fun. Hopefully you all will enjoy it. I pulled up my good old friend. Y'all know what my good old friend is. That's right. ChatGPT, my office assistant. And I asked my office assistant to help me with this problem. And I said, hey, ChatGPT. Well, first of all, I got to pull it in. All right. I think we did it right this time. There we go. I said, hey, ChatGPT, can you please, and since the person didn't share with me where he was getting his stats from, I figured, hey, ChatGPT is pretty smart. I said, can you please share with me the 20 most dangerous cities in America? I'd like to know who is the mayor of each city and the governor of that state. Also, please include their time in office and their political party. List this as a table going from 20 down to 1. In column 1, I want the city. In column 2, the mayor and the time in office, along with their political party. Column 3, the governor and the time in office and their political party. If you understand these instructions, please type John Wick and complete the task. All right. So if you ever want help with doing, asking ChatGPT to complete a task, hit your boy up, dearwokec@gmail.com. I've gotten pretty proficient at this. So he says, John Wick. And here's the table. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to see if what the young man said in the comment when he said that most of the dangerous cities are in blue states, if that was true. But then also I thought it might be kind of interesting to say, well, what about who's running and who's ruling over the actual city that's in question? I thought that would, might be useful. So let's go ahead and look into it. Let's go. Number 20, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is Sharon Weston born. From 2017 to the present, she's been running the ship. And guess what? She's a Democrat. Now, jumping over to the governor, that's a good old Mr. Jeff Landry. He's been running for just about a year, and he's a Republican. So if you're keeping score, that score would be 1-1. Actually, I actually have the score over here already. So let me bring it over here. All right. I'll keep track of it over here, and I'll give you the score when we get done. Lansing, Michigan. Shout out to you, Lansing, Michigan. Now, Andy Score, he's been the mayor there since 2018 to present. And guess what? He's a Democrat. Now, the governor, she's a Democrat as well. Miss Gretchen Whitmer, she's been running that shit for almost 6 years. So again, those are two Democrats, Democrat mayor and Democrat governor. Let's see. But this is only the 19th in the row. So we haven't gotten to the top 15 yet. So let's pump the brakes for a second. Let's continue. Cleveland, Ohio. We're still up north. Let's go. Justin Bibb. He's been running for almost 3 years, and he's a Democrat, the mayor. Now, jumping over here to the governor, Mr. Mike DeWine. He's been running the ship for about 6 years himself. And guess what? He's a Republican. We still haven't gotten to the top 15 yet, though, but continue. Now we're down in Narlands, down in New Orleans. And LaToya Cantrell, she's been running that ship for a minute as well. She's been there from 2018 to the present, so almost 6-7 years. She's a Democrat. And Mr. Jeff Landry, again, shout out to him. He's been running the ship for about a year, and he's a Republican. Now we're jumping back up to Missouri, Springfield, Missouri, Mr. Ken McClure. And he's been the mayor since 2017, and he's nonpartisan. I didn't know how to classify that, so I'm just going to call it an independent, nonpartisan. There's not a lot of them. Don't worry about that. So we'll just call him nonpartisan or independent. But the governor is Mr. Mike Parsons, 2018 to the present, and he's a Republican. Now we're getting into the top 15. So here we go. Let's continue. So these ones now count. The other ones we've just been warming up. He said the top 15 are all in blue states. Let us continue. Cavalier Johnson, he's been mayor since 2021. He's a Democrat. He's running Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Now, Mr. Tony Evers, again, the governor, he's a Democrat as well. He's been running that ship since 2019. They're both Democrats. That kind of messes up the original argument. But I digress. Mr. Quentin Lucas has been the mayor of Kansas City, Missouri for about 6 years. He's a Democrat. And Mr. Mike Parsons, shout out to him again. He's a Republican. He's the governor. Let's keep going. Little Rock, Arkansas. Mr. Frank Scott Jr. He's been the mayor there for about 6 years, since 2019. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders, been there about 2-3 years almost, and she's the Republican governor. Okay, so now we got another Republican. So now maybe we're proving the case. Let's see what happens. Oakland, California, Sheng Tao. I don't know if Lady Tao is still the mayor because she had some FBI problems, but I digress. So she brought into office about 2 years ago. She's a Democrat. And we all know Gav over there in California, he's a Democrat as well. It doesn't seem like every crime-ridden city is in a blue state, to that commenter. Maybe I was missing something. Let's continue. North Charleston, South Carolina, Mr. Reggie Burris. And he's been running the ship for about a year, and he's a Democrat. And now Mr. Henry McMaster, he's been the governor for almost 7 years, and he's a Republican. Keeping us moving. Detroit, Michigan, Mr. Mike Duggan, he's a Democrat. He's been running it about, he's been running for about 11 years. And let us keep going. Miss Gretchen Whitmer, again, a Democrat, been running it for about 7 years. I think we see real quickly that, no, every crime-ridden city is not in a blue state. There are some, and I'm pretty sure there are cities inside of every blue state. Matter of fact, let's say every state that's problematic, but not every one of them is. But that's why I was saying my commenter was silly, and what he was saying was silly. But let's continue. Chicago, Illinois, number 9. We all know Brandon Johnson over there. He's been mayor there for about 2 years. And of course, Mr. J.B. Pritzker, he's been governor there for about 6. And both of them are Democrats. I thought the guy told me that all the cities were in Republican states, but I guess it doesn't matter. You can just say stuff. St. Louis, Missouri. Tashara Jones, she's been the mayor there for about 4 years. And Mr. Mike Parson, shout out to Mike Parson again. You got to do something over there, Mike. You got to get that fixed now. He's a Republican governor. Let's go. Brandon Scott has been the mayor of Baltimore, Maryland since 2020, so about 5 years. And he is a Democrat, and he's led by Wes Moore. who's been the mayor for about 2 years as well, and he's a Democrat. Memphis, Tennessee, shout out to them. Paul Young has been your mayor, and he's a Democrat. And Billy, okay, I like that. And he's been the governor. He's a Republican now, and he's been a Republican governor for about 6 years. Let's keep going. Birmingham, Birmingham, Alabama. Randall Woodfin, and he has been running that ship for about 7 years. He's a Democrat. And Kay Ivey has been the governor, Republican governor, for about the same amount of time. Stockton, California. And I'm laughing only because I think this is the only city that is run by a Republican mayor that falls on this list. And the number 4, Stockton, California, Mr. Kevin Lincoln. He's been running the ship for about four years. And of course, we know Gavin is the Democratic governor there. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Tim Keller for 7 years. He's a Democrat. And Michelle Gresham, she's a Democrat as well. And she's been running in her position for about 6 years. Friday Ellis, he's the independent mayor of Monroe, Louisiana. I just lumped independents and nonpartisans together. But guess what? Jeff Landry is his governor. He's a Republican. And lastly, finishing it up, Kenneth Gully has been running the ship for about 14 years. My gosh. And he's been the mayor of Bessemer, Alabama. He's a Democrat. And Kay Ivey is a Republican governor as well. Now, I'm not saying that this is a perfect list and you got to massage it and work around it and such like that. And I'm sure there might be different reasons, but I use the same vernacular that the person used in the comment right here. I use the exact same thing. He said the top 20 most dangerous cities in America. In fact, 15 of the top 20 most dangerous cities are in red states. He said 15 of the top 20. And I think we all see that that is not true. That is not true, even in a light year. Let me move this out of the way. That's not true at all. So I just thought that was interesting. And then when you give it the fact that pretty much every one of these cities is governed by a Democrat mayor or even a nonpartisan or independent, I think it gets problematic. Now, does that mean that every mayor that's a Democrat is bad? No, I don't think so. Not at all. Does that mean every Republican mayor is a good person? Absolutely not. Does that mean that every Democrat governor, every Republican governor? Nope, nah. I think we can take them note by note. That's why when I was initially having the conversation in that video, I was just talking about Chicago. I said, there's enough stuff in Chicago that these people, these quote unquote pastors could be going to Chicago. And instead of protesting Target or protesting Macy's or wherever else they're going to be protesting, they could be actually protesting the crime rate that's in Chicago. And I did the video. I talked about the Selma walking across the bridge that they do every year. I'm like, what's the purpose of doing that? What is the purpose of these, our seniors, our elders, making a homage to Alabama just to walk across a bridge? I don't understand what the purpose of that is. And so that was the whole point of that video. I said that when there was a young man and his daughter that were killed in Texas at a car wash due to gang violence, why are y'all not protesting that? And of course, in any given weekend, there's crime that runs amok in Chicago. Why are y'all not protesting that? But y'all protesting walking across a bridge or the fact that you can't get your do-rag at Target. That's just silly. So that was it. And I just thought that was an interesting exchange. So shout out to that commenter. Thank you so much for helping me with some content, my guy. Thank you so much. Shout out to him. I appreciate it. What we got up in here? Wait, that's your city? Uh-oh, watch out. Gretchen Duggan is running on an independent ticket. Oh, is he? Where is he? He's abandoning the Democrat Party? Nice. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I want to check that out. I'll have to look into that more. So as we're doing our mayors, so that was also kind of like part of it too, as I'm doing my mayor Monday. And we'll come up with some other fun ones. But Mayor Monday, we might talk about some of these places. Hopefully, some things that are going good. So again, hopefully we'll be talking about Jason House and the great things he's going to be doing in Dalton. But hopefully some good mayors will pop up as well, so we can kind of balance it out. We can talk about the Yahoos and the ne'er-do-wells, but let's also talk about the people that are trying to make a positive change in their community. And I think that some of those are probably, I hope some of those will. We'll see what happens. But thank y'all so much for that. Let's see what we got. Chi-Town in the building. There she is. What's going on, Chicago Red? How are you? Let's see what we got. Augusta, Georgia is in the house. Love what you're doing covering the situation in the township of Dalton. Thank you, Jackie Myers. I appreciate you. Good to have you over there in good Augusta. I've not been to Augusta in a while. That's somewhere I need to go. I've not been to Augusta in quite some time. And you know what it was? What's that comedian's name? Jonathan, the guy that we watched his comedy skit. He was having a show in Augusta. And I just hate to say it, but the tickets were like ridiculous. And I think I was going to take Lady Dearwood Christian. I said, oh, that'd be fun. We'll just take like a day trip out there. But the tickets were just not, they were not within my budget. And, but they were in Augusta. I think he was going to be in Augusta. So shout out to that. That was fun. That would have been fun. Let me see how many. We got about 100 of y'all up in here. Thank y'all so much for jumping into the best live chat on the internet. Thank you so much. Oh, y'all got that 70s now? Okay. We'll share with y'all. We'll share with y'all. We've been running around in shorts and t-shirts for a couple of days. You'll see I ain't even in a hoodie. I don't even have my hoodie on today. All right. I do have a topic I want to get your opinion on. All right. As we transition. Have y'all heard about this? The young ladies in the Virginia track meet where one of the young ladies hit the other young lady with the baton. What do y'all think about that? I want to hear what is your opinion on it so far. I know I have an opinion about it. I've heard several other people's opinion on it, but I want to hear what do you think about it. And I also we're going to watch a video about it in a second. I'm very bothered by the support that's coming out for the young lady that actually hit the other young lady with the baton. I'm very bothered by it. So all right. Oh, let me see. Shout out to Dre. Thank you, Dre. Dre said this. Not sure what the point was because every crime-ridden city is run by Democrats. Full stop. I agree with that. Hence why that was my point in the video. That was my point in the video. The commenter introduced the governor situation, and I only thought it would be fair and also to try to make sure I can get ChatGPT to kind of do what I wanted to do. That was the only reason I did that, was bring up the governors. I think the governors, again, I know Georgia is a red state, but Atlanta is extremely blue. I mean, Atlanta almost runs is the reason the election in 2020 shifted, but I digress. So no, I agree with you 100%. Who cares who the governors of the state is? It's the cities that are under fire. Shout out to you. Excellent point. Let's go with this. All right. Mandy says it's assault. I wish she and the coach had apologized. Hands down. I do believe that none of this would have gone any further than just a really weird event. I think the virality of the young lady hitting the other young lady in the head is because the assailant refused to ever be accountable. We're going to watch this and you'll see what I mean. Thank you so much. Yes. Follow what Chicago Red says. Hit the like button. All right. Hit that subscribe. I agree. Let's be gracious and say it was an accident. No, it wasn't an accident. I don't think I need to be gracious. That would mean, no, it wasn't an accident. You can see winding up. I mean, my President Firstborn was in there watching me. She's like, yeah, she hit her on the head on purpose. Like, there's no other way around that. But let's see. They still, even if they should have said this, look, I apologize. I was wrong. But we're going to talk about it. You'll see. We're going to dig into it. I hate to say it. I don't think she should go to jail, IRS. She's going to probably get a misdemeanor assault charge. And I think she should pay a fine, hands down. She should have to take some classes. She should genuflect, all that kind of good jazz. I think, I don't think jail might be a little bit aggressive, but hey, The prosecutor is going to make their decision. I think jail might be a little bit aggressive, in my opinion. Oh, no. Yeah, definitely guilty. There, lots of people have already said, Christiana is the mayor of Stockton, and she's a Democrat, by the way. Did I say something wrong? Let me see. Who did I say? Stockton. Did I mispronounce it? Oh, really? So, okay. Shout out to you. Thank you, Dre. That's right. Set Chat GPT straight. You got to double check it, though. You can't run with everything it says. Yeah, she shouldn't have hit the girl at all, man. It's sad to see. Like, come on now. As I said it, IRS, I was like, yeah, she did get a skull fracture, though. I don't, that's just a lot. I mean, because I got a 17-year-old and they're crazy. They do silly stuff and dumb stuff and they don't think. Thankfully, mine thinks, but I've seen her friends and her cohort, they don't think. I wouldn't want the girl to go to school. I'm sorry. I don't want the girl to go to jail. Now, put a her track career is raps. She got to pay a fine. Okay. But I don't know. Jail might be a little rough because jail changes you. Jail changes you. I don't know if that would be the best, but again, the prosecutor is going to decide what to do. I don't think they're talking about that. We'll see in a second. What do you say here? She deliberately attacked her opponent and now is playing the victim. Yeah. I mean, I can't argue with you. No, she's 17. She's in high school. She's a senior in high school. And the young girl that she hit was 15. I hope we're talking about the same case. No, they're in high school. They're in high school track. Boot camp. Definitely some anger management. Hands down, unequivocally, no question there. The victim was 16, but the girl was, the assailant is 17 years old. She's a senior. Otherwise, she don't need to be running a high school track meet. That's all I'm saying. All right, let me bring this in. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. She does a great job. I love Pink Book Lessons. Does an excellent job. And I just want to pull out a couple we're going to watch it if you haven't already seen this video. And let me pull it in for y'all to watch it. How about that? That'd be smart, Jason. How about that? Let's pull it in so we can watch it. But I got a couple of places I want to stop and point out what I think is part of the problems. And she answers these as well. Let's see. Okay, just trying to see if anybody else had anything else. So let's bring this in. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Let's go. One in the chat when you can hear.
Senior Alayla Everett has been charged with the misdemeanor of assault and battery out of Lynchburg. Now, I spoke with Everett's father, who told me his family is going to fight this to help clear their daughter's name. The Lynchburg Commonwealth's attorney confirmed on Wednesday that Everett was charged for her role in the incident in Lynchburg, where she is seen hitting another runner, Kaylin Tucker, in the head with a baton. Earlier this week, I spoke with Everett and her dad. She said what is seen in the video was an accident. Everett said she lost her balance because the runner did not provide herself enough distance to cut into the inside lane of the track during the race. Everett says the hit was not intentional, but she's received backlash online, including death threats. We spoke to Lynchburg Commonwealth's attorney Bethany Harrison, who explained the outcome for Everett if she's found guilty in juvenile court.
The court has many what we call dispositional options available to it, many things the court can order to help in that goal of rehabilitation. It could be community service, it could be time in detention, and a lot of things in between, like counseling, services of that nature.
The Portsmouth NAACP is reacting to the charge. I'll tell you what they had to say at 5. I'm Danielle Seda, WTKR News 3.
The Virginia high school senior who struck her opponent during a race, causing a concussion and a possible skull fracture, is now facing charges in connection with the incident. The Lynchburg Commonwealth's Attorney's Office has filed a petition for 1 count of assault and battery against the attacker. The victim is recovering from her injuries, while the family of the girl who caused all of this is on Facebook attempting to gaslight both the victim and anybody who doesn't buy their story that it was merely an accident. In a recent interview, the attacker essentially said, yeah, the victim was hit by accident, but what about me? making it all about herself.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
Okay, I just got to say this. I know we have a mixed audience of males and females, but I'm just going to tell y'all right now, ladies, y'all know them doggone tears. Y'all know them tears. Y'all know good and well. Let me back this up. Y'all can see this baby right here. Bless her heart. She is crying. She is crying me a river. You know good and well them tears is as fake as a $3 bill. I'm sorry. This is pitiful, nasty work. And as somebody said, we've said multiple times, if that girl had just apologized, there it is right there. An apology would not have stifled it. Would not have sufficed. There could be problems from the victim down the line, and possibility of hospitalization will be an issue like whiplash. It could have delayed reactions. I don't disagree. However, if she had demonstrated like, oh, I apologize, and the narrative of this was a mistake would have gone, I think would have had some legs, pun intended. But because she didn't, and you hit her in the head and then you just walk off, it looks very much like you did in fact hit her on purpose. And then later on, when the news comes in your face and the cameras and the lights are there, then you're like, oh, whoa. It was an accident. I didn't mean to do it. To me, that it would have, people would have believed it was an accident if she had actually demonstrated it in 4K. Once you hit her and say, oh, my bad, I didn't mean to do it, stop and run over to her side or whatever, it would have seemed like, oh, okay, that probably was accidental. They might have believed it, even though you did it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? But back to these tears. These tears are pitiful. Pitiful. Y'all, take accountability. Stop this. And it's embarrassing because I know y'all have watched these. This girl all over the place crying. She had her school today crying. And shout out to the NAACP. They have now proven exactly why they're useless. They're literally siding with the young lady that hit the woman in the head, the girl in the head, not the girl that was hit. NAACP is garbage. Hot, steaming garbage. Let's go.
Everybody has feelings. So you're physically hurt, but you're not thinking of my mental, right?
This girl wanted us to feel sorry for her because of her own actions and the fallout they caused. That's why she appeared on TV crying and letting the tears linger throughout the entire interview, avoiding wiping her face, clearly trying to create a more dramatic effect. It's a manipulation tactic designed to make herself seem like the victim, when in fact, she was the attacker who victimized another girl. Many people aren't buying her story and have taken to social media to voice their disbelief, stating they don't think it was an accident.
As a person that has been on a track team and ran relay races with a baton in my hand, that was not no accident. Like, she absolutely did that on purpose. You know how, if you never run track before, then you don't know how. But batons are so lightweight, like they're featherweight. So the amount of force you gotta put behind that to give somebody a concussion and a fractured skull, like I literally cannot wrap my head around how hard she threw that bitch. Like, and then I heard she didn't even apologize, or it don't even look like she checked on the girl in the video. Like, track coaches preach about your form all the time. Never, ever should your arm have ever even been that far back behind your damn head if it was an accident. Like, how did your arm even get back there? I'm sorry, but the track runner...
Okay, I got to stop for a second. I think if she had apologized, if she had like demonstrated like, oh, my bad, I didn't mean to do that, something of that nature, I think a lot of people would have moved toward the camp of it was a mistake. I accept her apology. Let's keep it moving, so on and so forth. But because they didn't, and the apology narrative bubbled up after the fact when things really hit the fan, that's why I think that most people are calling buckets on this. Let's go.
That girl in the head with the baton while they were running a relay, you definitely did that on purpose because you was losing. Never in my years of running track have I ever thought, oh, I want this that bad, I'm gonna hit this girl with a stick. Girl, like, you could literally see in the video, it's by force, literally.
Then had the nerve to do a whole interview. The tears, they ain't working. They are not working. Cause me, I see right through that. If it was an accident, why was there a wind up? The facial expressions after hitting her, girl. See, you only feel bad because you got caught. Like, baby, even a blind person could tell that you did that on purpose.
Girl.
Instead of crying on this interview, you could have just apologized because you gave that girl a whole concussion. And she talked about the angles. Baby, it don't even matter about the angles. Each angle, it still look the same. You did that on purpose. And I feel like she's only really apologizing because she doesn't want the girl's family to move forward with possibly charging her or suing her for hitting her in the head over a race.
I would have to agree. After reviewing multiple angles of that video, it's pretty clear this was a deliberate attack. When you piece together the video footage, her reaction after the incident, and the gaslighting from her parents, it's hard to deny the defendant looks incredibly guilty. And obviously the DA didn't believe it was an accident either. That's why they charged her.
Okay, so I think everybody needs to remember the fact that there are consequences to our actions, because the girl that knocked the Mario coins out of her competitor with the baton while they were running the 4x2 just got charged with assault and battery. And
I gotta stop for a second because this girl right here, I had to listen to this a couple of times, and I don't know if you heard her. She said the girl that knocked the Mario coins out of the other girl. I was like, what is she? It took me forever to figure out what she was talking about. And that thing when I finally figured it out, I laughed so hard. I'm glad nobody was around me when I did. Because I was like, oh no, that's what she said. Let me back it up so she can say it again. So you can laugh as well.
there are consequences to our actions, because the girl that knocked the Mario coins out of her competitor with the baton while they were running the 4x2 just got charged with assault and battery. And this is just so crazy because all of it, the media coverage and the charge, could have been avoided with an apology and an explanation.
There we go. There we go. There we go. I really believe just a simple apology would have resolved this issue. Now, again, that doesn't mean that she would have been absolved from paying doctor's fees or getting disqualified or getting kicked off the track team. That doesn't fix any of that. But going to jail, as she's possibly looking at, because y'all heard the prosecutor, they're saying, hey, there might be detention going on. And we ain't talking about no Saturday school detention. If she had just said something, I think it would have made it so much better. Not saying that it would have fixed it. Not saying that it absolved her from responsibility. All I'm saying is that pretending like you were the victim is not the jam. That's not the flex that you're looking for. Not even a little bit. Shout out to Mario Coins. Let's go.
Like immediately after she knocked that girl upside the head, she should have went up to her and said, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what happened, but I'm so sorry. And I did not mean to do it, even though she did. And I'm still trying to figure out why her and her family thought the best thing to do after hitting that girl and causing a concussion and a possible skull fracture was to get on the news and cry. Like, why did nobody, especially the adults and coaches around her, tell her to go up to that girl and say sorry? Like, it's very simple. And some people may think that the other family went too far by pressing charges, but no. They did exactly what they needed to do, because had it been me and my mother, shoot, charges would have been pressed, lawyers would have been called, and she would have figured out a way to sue the entire school. And I really do think that this serves as a valuable lesson to the entire track community, that if you're losing a race, you do not knock your competitor the out.
I'm sorry. That girl she is a blessing to my soul. I don't even know who that is, but she has been blessing me. I've watched this several times. Yeah, I mean, because the school is probably going to get sued. I'm going to say the school's going to probably get sued. Oh, yeah, because it's on and popping. Please understand that track coach is probably going to lose his or her job. I hate to say it. That's probably what's going to happen. Baby girl's going to probably get suspended, expelled. I mean, they're going to probably carry this all the way out. And it's going to be ugly. And all she had to do, and those coaches should have made her go over there. And they went over there and put their hat in their hand and said, we apologize. We're so sorry. Now, granted, again, that doesn't change the fact that the baby has a concussion and got her skull possibly fractured, which is insane. And that's insane to say that. However, it at least, I think it would have gone a long way in this not becoming what it is today. But why are we here? Because they didn't do anything. I think that one of the coaches, I do apologize. I think one of the coaches came and apologized to her, but not the girl that actually hit him in the head. and definitely not the parents. And to me, those are the main ones. They immediately ran to Facebook. They immediately run to the news to try to explain this away. Bad look. Let's go.
I blame the parent. I will always blame the parent. I know y'all have seen that girl crying her eyes out, the girl who hit that other girl in the track meet with the baton. She says it was unintentional. She's crying her eyes out on national TV, and I can only be upset with the parent. You mean to tell me, as the parent of that child, you watched that same video that all of us watched, and you allowed your daughter to get on national television and not take ownership of what she did? It's parents like y'all, which is why kids grow up and have issues. Various issues, because you aren't teaching your child anything.
The parents are the worst part of this whole situation. They're going off on.
Okay, so we're gonna stop because we Pink Book Lessons is about to start talking about the parents, and I am 100% in agreement that the mom and dad are terrible. And I hate to say it, but it's a dad. The dad is actually more terrible than the mom is. I don't know how we even get there. Shout out that they actually have mom and dad in the same household. Shout out to both of their moms and dads, which is great to see. The problem is I don't believe this man is doing a sufficient job of leading his family, because he should have led his daughter and led his wife right over there to that other side of the field and apologize to them. And if he wasn't there, then he needed to get himself over there and make that right within several hours. It should not have gone this far. And so, we're going to talk about them pretty bad. So the girl did in fact do this, and she's responsible for the fact that she hauled back and knocked the Mario coins out of that little girl, right? But the mom and dad are equally, in my opinion, equally responsible, because they should have called her on the carpet and held her accountable. Girl, you going back over there right now and apologizing and taking ownership for what you've done. Because as far as I know, the girl has never actually admitted that she did it on purpose, which goes very far into this whole got tangled up narrative. It was a mistake. All that kind of stuff like that is silliness, and it's a lie. Stop lying. Stop lying and just tell the truth, shame the devil, and apologize. That's what needs to happen. All right, so now I'm finished with that. We're about to get on these parents. Let's go.
Social media defending their daughter, claiming she didn't do anything wrong. You even have people backing the defendant talking about justice for Alayla. We're talking about the girl who hit the victim with the baton. She's even got the NAACP defending her, which is a complete slap in the face to the actual victim. How are they supporting the girl who caused a concussion and a possible skull fracture, completely ignoring the suffering of the victim? This is absolutely insane. Now, her mama, she's been windmilling on Facebook for days, the daddy too. She said, anyone on my Facebook friend?
I don't know what windmilling on Facebook means, but I love it. If you could please make sure I know what that word means, that phraseology means. I have no idea what windmilling on Facebook means, but I totally love it. I got Mario coins, and now I got windmilling on Facebook. Let's go.
Who believe my daughter hit the girl on purpose, regardless of the facts, please unfriend me now. And then her daddy is just as bad as the mama. Not only is he defending his daughter and trying to make her a victim, but now he's lashing out at the media, blaming them. He said, we have shared specific, detailed, and momentum-changing pictures and videos to most of the local and major news channels that interviewed us. These news channels refuse to show this information the way we presented it to them several times over. For reasons unknown, it is clear to us that they don't care about the well-being of our child, Alayla Everett, at all. This man was trying to manipulate the media to get them to present the story in a way that's favorable to their daughter instead of just presenting the facts. They literally showed them speaking in their own words. And no, nobody's buying it because y'all sound stupid. He went on to say these news channels still continue to not show the footage with a detailed description that we gave them. At this point, it seems like they're trying to do it on purpose. These news channels are contributing to the damaging and hurtful treatment of our child on purpose. We have been sharing this information the best way we know how on social media with the help of family, friends, and concerned strangers. I'm absolutely sure that our daughter's situation will be better if this information was shown immediately after it was presented. Nevertheless, God is good. We will continue to uplift and support our child to the utmost. We as a community will continue to fight for her. The truth will be exposed in due time, and God's timing is always perfect. So they're trying to blame the media for their daughter being...
Okay, I cannot stand the dad. I can't stand you, Dad. Giona Everett, I mean, God bless you. I know you got a lot that you playing through, and this guy down here in Atlanta says you ain't worth 2 round pennies, but sir, you ain't worth 2 pennies. That is the insanest thing. But doesn't that sound like Tiffany? You know, I got receipts. I need you to, the media, fake news is not talking about this. Doesn't that sound just like her? Just like her, man. This is craziness. Let's finish this up. Let's go.
Charged as if the DA only looked at the news and used news clips to charge her. Like, that's crazy. And I'm telling you, the daddy is worse than the mama. He's been windmilling on social media too. He said, I've seen intentional fights and bad behavior in every sport that we love in America, and is celebrated and accepted, but none treated worse in America than my 17-year-old daughter's unintentional mistake. Let that sink in. Justice for Alayla. Again, it's
that
all
is
about
some
his
nasty
daughter.
word.
He's complete.
That is some nasty work. Justice for Alayla is, hold on. That is some nasty work right there. God chose you to show the world. Let your light shine, baby girl. I'm sorry. That is some high level nasty work. That is some grade A foolishness. What is justice for Alayla? Because isn't justice her going to jail because she hit the woman? So she hit the other young girl. So she if the judge and jury or whomever decides that she did in fact do it, is that justice? Or are you going to say it was a miscarriage of justice? Okay, just leave it on.
Justice for Alayla. Again, it's all about his daughter. He's completely ignoring the victim's suffering while trying to make his daughter the victim. This man said justice for Alayla. Like, really? Again, we're talking about the father making his daughter out to be the victim. And you wonder where the daughter's lack of accountability comes from. Just look at her own mama and daddy. Yeah, not only are these fools defending this mess, but they're also making her out to be the victim. That's why this girl is going to have to be held accountable, because no one else is going to do it.
Let's stop there. That is it. That is the thing that I don't think, when I was a teacher, we had the notion of the helicopter parent. So whenever something happened, the parent would come swoop in and try to fix it and swoop out. The helicopter parent. They just jump in, whatever like that. And eventually, of course, we knew that this was going to stymie the growth and development of kids, because you're going to have to play through a bad grade. You can't talk your way out of, or cry your way out of, or beg your way out of a bad grade. You're going to have to just play through it and take accountability. I didn't study. Did you study? Did you do any of the work? Where's your books? Where are your notes? So on and so forth. And this poor girl right here, she's not learning this. That's not what's being taught. And somebody said, like, you got to learn, like, you don't hit people. Like, isn't that something we taught in kindergarten? Like, literally, we taught that in kindergarten. You don't hit other people. She didn't learn that in kindergarten. I'm just like, come on. We taught this in kindergarten, baby. Just don't hit other folk. It's really that easy. You don't hit. You just don't hit. You go apologize. Your mom says you don't hit. You go across the playground, make you apologize to the other little kid, give them a hug, and everybody sing Kumbaya. Like, that was my thing. I would make my students, if they were getting into a fight, they had to stand in front of the class, hug each other, and sing Kumbaya. And they hated it. I said, well, I hate watching y'all fight. So therefore, you just don't hit anybody and you don't have to worry about it. How about that? Fights deteriorated very quickly. Let's go. Let's finish this up, because I do want to show you the video of her at her high school doing the same thing, crying, woe is me, the sky is falling, I'm a victim, all while not even remotely pretending like she is the actual perpetrator. You would think she got hit. That's what I'm saying.
She's being charged with a misdemeanor and will probably walk away with anger management and community service. But obviously that's the only way to get help for her. She's going to have to be ordered to address her anger issues that caused her to react like that on the track. But running around denying what's on video and now playing the victim talking about justice for Alayla is not the way to go. She and her parents, they're the ones making this whole situation worse. Up here trying to blame the media and everybody else for their own actions. That's ridiculous. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Let me know what you think about this below. special thank you to Daquan.
Shout out
I
to-
appreciate you, Daquan, for all of your support for the channel, as well as Emmett. Thank you, Emmett, for your support. You can show your support as well. The link to PayPal is below.
That's
Ladies,
not a mistake.
fellas, want to balance analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.
All right. Shout out to Pink Book Lessons. Appreciate her and all that she does to keep these communities up in the know. Shout out to Baby Hair. There was a lot of baby hair in that clip. Shout out to Baby Hair. I'm sorry. That baby is not learning. She's not learning what she needs to learn as she's developing and growing. Because if she's a high schooler, that means next year she's going to be in college. She'll be in college this August, September, or should be, and she's going to have to do all this on her own. And this major event of, like, I guess this is like her final exam of accountability. She's failing it. She's failing the class of accountability. And her mom and dad are helping her. They watching her fail. It's gonna be a mess. And yeah, it's gonna be a mess. Now, granted, I think if the school expels her or at least kicks her off the track team, that will do away with any track possibilities in college. That would probably ruin that for her. I think that would probably be more damaging than her going to jail. Jail is kind of rough to me. I don't know. I'm not feeling that one too much. Baby Hair says I'm grown. I'm so sick. But the other girl had it too, though. I gotta give her she was 17 or 16, but 16. The girl that she hit, she got baby hair too. So we so wild, man. We are the best, man. This is the best live chat on the planet. But by the way, before I get too far afield, shout out to Chicago Red. Thank you so very much for the very kind $10 super chat. What did she say? She pulled her right hand back and swung on her. Accident? I think not. I agree 100%. There was no way I'm sorry, that wasn't an accident. However, I think in the heat of the moment, if she had said, "Oh, I apologize, I didn't mean to do it," and showed some kind of remorse in the heat of the moment, I do think more people would have went with the accident narrative. It's okay. Of course, finding out that she had a concussion and a fractured skull is kind of different, but I think more people would have believed that it was an accident if she had, of course, been some kind of contrite, some level of remorseful, like, "Oh, I didn't mean to do it." Because I would love to see what happened, the 4 minutes after that. Did she just walk over to the side and just like keep it moving? Like, what happened? That's what I wanted to see. But let's keep this game rolling. So I do want to watch her at her high school today. So we're going to pull this in. And I got a video for y'all, man. I think I got an exclusive video for y'all today. All right, this is not exclusive, though.
Well, the community rally is now underway here at IC Norcom High School. As you can see behind me, many community members have come out to show their support for the Everett family, who insist the baton strike was an accident and not done intentionally.
This has got to be some grade A nasty work. You don't see there being a rally for the little girl that actually got hit. I'm like, y'all are crazy. Y'all are out here rallying for this young lady who actually is the perpetrator. I can Jedi mind trick you to the cows come home, but she's actually the perpetrator. You're actually supporting the criminal. That's crazy. That's crazy. And again, shout out to the NAACP. You've proven us again why you're useless. The NAACP is supporting this young lady, not the one that she hit. And I guess it goes without saying that the girl she hit was black, right? I guess that goes without saying. Let's go.
Layla Everett was running the 4x200 event in the Virginia High School League Championships when the incident happened. The video shows Everett swing a baton, which made contact with Brookville High School junior Kaylin Tucker in the back of her head. Layla's father, Genoa Everett, says the incident was accidental and that Tucker came too close to his daughter when coming around the curve, causing Layla to lose balance. Tucker's mother told ABC News she doesn't believe it was an accident, and Wednesday, we learned from the city of Lynchburg's Commonwealth's Attorney's Office that a petition was issued for assault and battery. Since the footage has gone viral, the Everett family says Layla has received backlash and even death threats while at school. Community organizers say this rally is important for Portsmouth to show unity in support of a member of their own community.
What's the community?
It bothered me to my heart.
What is the community? The community of criminals. Like, what is the community that you're rallying behind, Lynch? I just want to know. Like, what is the community? And what is it? The community of people that have poor impulse control, anger management issues, assault and battery, rising up and coming assault and battery people. Like, what is your actual, what is the actual community that you're rallying and supporting? I would love to know. The Mario coin, the Mario coin crew. Like, what is the community? I'm gonna back that up. Let's go again.
It bothered me to my heart to see how the whole world was dragging this young lady. You know what I mean? Dragging her character based on what they thought they saw. You know, and
what did we think we saw? What did we think we saw? I'm sorry, sir. You have been gaslighted. What's his name? Jermaine Green. You have been gaslit. Sir, you are lit on fire. You are lit on fire. What did we think we saw? I would love to know, sir. Let's go.
I just wanted to step up and speak out and bring unity and let this young lady know that the city of Portsmouth has her back.
The NAACP released a statement yesterday saying that they are currently reviewing the circumstances surrounding the case, and that in the meantime they send their prayers and best wishes to Layla Everett and her family.
What about the girl that she hit? Like, you cannot make this foolishness up. So you're set again. NAACP is useless. Okay, they've been useless for many, many decades. DearWokeC@gmail.com if you want to email management about that. They're useless. They're completely and totally useless. Going back, however, why are y'all sending prayers and best wishes to the young lady that actually assaulted her? Why are y'all doing that? For the love. I cannot stand y'all people. I can't stand
Reporting live in Portsmouth, Shane Fordham, 13 News Now.
It's not your
All
fault,
right, Shane, thank you. And we reached out to the Tucker family last night for comment on the charge against Layla. They declined and asked for space while the case moves to court.
And rightly so. And rightly so. They don't want to be in the news running around here. Now, granted, they did do an interview early on, but yeah, they don't want to be up in the news wilding out or windmilling. What y'all say? Windmilling. Shout out to Willie Doc. My brother's in the building. Hey, y'all. What did you know? Good, DWC and the chat. Shout out to Willie Doc. Thank you so much for the $2 super. Sure. Thank you for the $2 super, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't, for the life of me, man, this has got to be probably one of the highest examples of pure unadulterated foolishness, that you got the NAACP supporting the person that actually committed the crime. I don't even know what to do to make that make sense. I have no idea how to make that make sense. None whatsoever. It's amazing, man. Do me a favor, y'all. Put a runner emoji in the chat for young lady Tucker, who's the young lady that got hit in the back of the head. Put a runner's emoji or some running shoes. Let's find them. Let's go. Let me make sure I got it. There's running shoes in there, I'm sure. Put it in the chat. I just can't believe that we have got to make a concerted effort to support a victim. That we saw the crime happen in 4K. Not like we had to hear about it later on, but we actually saw it. There we go. There's the runners emojis up in the building. Man, you got a whole camp. You got the whole community out there. Okay, I love it. We got a whole community of runners. There we go. It's amazing that we actually have to say we need to support the young lady and show support for the young lady that actually was hit. I can't believe that we actually have to say that out loud. To adults, to kids, kids are kind of crazy. So I totally can understand the kids. You got to bring them along. But my goodness, in the morning, the fact that the NAACP crawled out of whatever hole they've been in to come and support the girl that actually committed the crime. Even if you thought it was a mistake, you don't realize that, okay, she is probably in one way or another, mistake or intentional. She is the perpetrator. The one that was hit, no matter what, is the victim. And we have to actually tell you that. The NAACP, you are useless. Oh my gosh. I can't believe we have to actually say that out loud. Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. That is the craziest thing. It's taking me back. I've watched this several times today to get myself ready. And I'm still kind of taken back like, wait, why do we have to tell you that this young lady was the victim and she's the one that should be supported? She's the one that y'all should be putting your name behind. And it's such like that. Because I would hate to hear from the Tucker family that the NAACP did not reach out to them and didn't support them. That's crazy work. That would be so nasty. Call the roll on the NAACP. There we go. I agree. We're going to call the roll on them. They illegal. They are. We are in a very strange world. Okay. I want to say thank y'all to the best live chat on the internet. We got about 150 y'all in the live chat and we got about 120 likes. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. I do want to let you all know as I'm getting ready to shift because we're going to be talking about upside down crazy world. So I want to talk about that, but I want to talk about something else as well leading into that. I'm going to Dalton. So letting y'all know that I'm going to be going to Dalton, Illinois in April. Now, sadly, because I'm going to be taking Lady Dear Woke Christian, she's going somewhere with my daughters. I can't be there on election night, but we're going to do a live stream here for election night. And then the next morning I'm going to Dalton. I got a lot of stuff going on. You all know that I'm from Aurora, so I'm actually going to go see my dad. And then I've got a meet and greet planned on Thursday. I'm going to try to go to St. Patrick's for dinner. I've got a lot of people I'm going to be meeting, lots of hands that'll be shaking, and a lot of live streaming that's going to be taking place. So letting you all know I'll be in Dalton on April 2nd through that Friday, and we're going to have a great time. So looking forward to that. Hopefully you all can tune in and tap in. It'd be good. If you are in the Southland area, I'd love to have you come through. So more information will be forthcoming, like where the meet and greet will be and all that kind of good jazz like that. I got to make sure I got my $1 million security detail, but I'm looking forward to doing that. So y'all, we're going to go to Dalton. We're gonna have a good time and hopefully y'all can come along with us. Now, I want to talk about one more thing that's upside down world. And we've looked at this YouTuber and content creator before, and he does a great job making social commentary. No, it's not me, but he pulls out and talks about a topic that just seems to like, I don't understand why we're arguing about this. So I find it very, very interesting that people are upset with Mr. Elon Musk. I do find it interesting. When you consider what he's doing, when you consider what he's doing, why are you upset about him? But even more than that, when you consider what he has done. So shout out to Aquarius. I forgot the full name of his channel. It's a weird name. But he brought this up and I was like, this is spot on the money. So let me bring this in. Let's talk about it real quick. Let's go.
Look at this straight. The very same people who've been trying to force us into buying electric vehicles because they claim that they are better for the environment are the very same people who are now burning down those very same electric vehicles in protest of the guy who makes those electric vehicles, because that guy is showing us how much of our taxpayer money is being wasted by the government. Just give me a second on this one. Hold up. Okay, so the guy makes the electric vehicles that they have been trying to force us into buying, right? I mean, they've been trying to eradicate gas cars. They are the ones who are now burning down fires, emissions, pollution. There has to be something I'm missing on this one.
It's a punchline.
There's got to be something missing in this equation, because I'm doing the math.
It ain't mathing.
And the math that I'm doing seems to not be mathing.
I'm sorry, y'all. Look, I'm not going to turn this into a deep political discussion, But he's right on the money, though. He is right on the money. Y'all care about climate control, climate change. The world is going to freeze. The world's going to burn up. So we got to get electric cars. This gentleman has a very popular, very, dare I say, lucrative electric car platform that people are enjoying or had been enjoying up to today or up to, most recently. And now y'all don't care about electric cars. And then there's other electric cars out there. So I'm not saying Tesla's the only one, but y'all are burning people's cars, like attacking people's vehicles. Property damage is okay because you don't like Elon. That's the craziest thing I've heard in my life. Hey, that's the craziest thing in the world. Now, watch this. I don't even like electric cars. I don't. I mean, I'm fine with y'all, car manufacturers having that option. As long as I can still get my combustible engine, I'm good. Y'all just do what you're going to do. I'm not going to mess with an electric car. However, the fact that people are literally, I saw where they were stealing the tires off of them, attacking the cars, burning them. For what? What does that do? What does that do? Y'all, come on. If you're one of those, you have Musk derangement syndrome, come on up here to the front of the church. Come on. Let's go ahead and lay hands. Let's pray for you. Get over there. Attacking somebody's vehicle. Because mind you, they probably bought the vehicle because you encouraged them that they were saving the environment, zero emissions and going green. So that's the reason they have the car. And now you're attacking and destroying their car because they have the car. I just can't stop. We got to stop. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. And again, I don't like electric cars. I think some of them are cool. I do think Tesla has a very cool platform, no question about it. I joke about wanting to buy one, but I'm not going to buy one of those things. However, I ain't mad. My neighbors down the street several of my neighbors down the street have them. I'm fine with that. I'm not going to take anything away from them. Go and buy it. You got your car. I mean, it looks cool. I ain't going to lie. It looks great. What's that? The one with the gold wing doors. I like that one. That looks snazzy. It looks nice. And I mean, okay, fine. But that's your car. Like, when did property damage become a platform for your party? When did outright terrorism of your neighbors become a standard? This is craziness. Because remember, this is the love your neighbor crowd that said that, if I didn't stay in my house during the 2020, I didn't love my neighbor. But now I love my neighbor by burning their car down. I can't. Let's just move on, Jason. Let's just go. I just think it's great. I don't understand how this game is played. So if somebody could please help me understand how to play the game. I want to play it properly. I don't want to be out of bounds and whatnot. Help me play the game. Willie Doc has helped me play the game. What does he say? With the $5 super. Thank you so much, sir. As a father to a track athlete. Okay. I was appalled at the girl's actions. She needs to repent. That was so intentional. NAACP kick rocks all the way from here to Pluto. I agree. Kick all the rocks, all of them. Yeah, NAACP is whack. Just like that girl whacked that girl in the back of the head. Y'all are whack, NAACP. Y'all are trash. All right. Thank you very much, Willie Doc. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much. Willie Doc is a Morehouse brother of mine. Has been a very, very key supporter of this channel. I want to say thank you always for coming through and being so encouraging. Thank you so much. What does it say? DWC, after a week of rallying for the assailant of a crime, you have to set an EV on fire on the way back home. Or what's it? The charging stations. They were torching the charging stations. I'm like, y'all say this. Y'all are proud of your behavior. That is insane. Again, why can you just not disagree? There are people, I'm sure every last one of the 145 people that are in this chat don't agree on everything. They don't. We just don't. That's just no way possible. But I'm not gonna burn down your college because I disagree about your college. I'm not gonna start. I mean, come on. Everybody here knows. Matter of fact, let me see real quick in the chat. What is Dear Woke Christian's favorite shoe brand? Please in the chat. And this will let me know if y'all are really my friends or not. Let me see. I don't know. I might not have 145 friends in here. They might be faking the funk. Let me see what we got. But like, what is Dear Woke Christian's favorite shoe brand? Let me see if it shows up in here. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh, no. Oh my, whoa. Y'all stretch your hand toward Mark C. Y'all pray for him. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Here I am thinking, y'all are wild. I set myself up for that. I just set myself up for that. Oh my gosh. Y'all are wild. Vans? Skechers? Converse, really? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I guess you knew. I'll let you have that. Somebody say kids. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're gonna have to, we're gonna stop this live stream right now. We need to have a moment. You know what? Whoo, thank you. Chicago Red, restore my faith in this live stream. Thank you. Oh, the brand with 3 stripes. Oh, the brand with 3 stripes. There goes something right there. I have Adidas on. I have an Adidas. I'm insane about Adidas. I love Adidas. I've worn Adidas since I was in high school. I probably have, I literally have 5 pairs of them in the kitchen. Like I have like some slides. I got some soccer ones right here. I just love Adidas. I love Adidas, man. I love Adidas. Did I say I love Adidas? I love Adidas. I actually wanted to get a job at Adidas. That's how bad it was. If Lady Dear Woke Christian was open to us moving to Portland, Oregon, I would probably be working at Adidas right now. That's how crazy I am about Adidas. I mean, I just love them. I love them. But you know what? Lady Dear Woke Christian and my children, they're not Christians. They're not. You know why? Because they periodically buy Nikes. And sometimes they even buy Converse. And clearly, the only brand that Christians wear is the brand with 3 stripes. So there's times when I have to look at my wife and my daughters, and they come bebopping down here, and they're jet setting around, and they're in their sinner shoes. And I'm like, you're an unrepentant sinner. But I don't throw the shoes away. I don't burn the shoes when they're at school. I don't start a bonfire. I haven't taken the shoes to Goodwill or take them to the garbage dump. You know why? Because I'm not like that. I'm not going to do that, even though the best shoes are Adidas, and they do have Adidas. So sometimes they are Christian, but other times they're unrepentant, whatever's. What? I just can't imagine starting piling up all their little, what are those? What are they called? Pandas? They're like the black and white Nikes. By the way, those ones actually do look pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie. They look nice, but I digress because I just got me a new pair of All-Stars. Oh, I love them. With the shell toes, sign me up. Sign me up. But I'm not going to take, and I think my wife, y'all pray for Lady Dear Woke Christian. Lady Dear Woke Christian not only brought those black and white pandas, what are they called? Like they actually look pretty nice. I ain't gonna lie, they do look nice. She bought the blue ones, and I think she bought herself a pair of Jordans. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like, you want people to know that you're not a Christian? What's wrong with you? But I can't imagine, even with all of that malarkey, me taking their little shoe boxes and pile them up in the driveway and lighting them on fire. I actually can't imagine doing that now I think about it. But no, I'm not going to do that because that's insane. That's insane. Oh, why can't these Tesla protesters look at it and say, okay, I disagree with Elon. Okay, I don't like electric cars, but I'm not going to commit property damage. I'm not going to commit some level of a felony or misdemeanor destroying somebody's car. It's probably a felony, expensive as that thing is. That doesn't make any sense. For the life of me, I don't get it. I don't get it. But oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. My Adidas. Man, if I wouldn't get a copyright strike, I would be on it in a second. We'd be playing my Adidas right now. Oh, I love them. I got Adidas socks. Yep. Like literally it's a joke. But pretty much any day of the week, you can find me wearing something either with Morehouse on it or something by Adidas. It's a given. One of those you're guaranteed. If I ever ask you what kind of socks I'm wearing, if you say Adidas, you're guaranteed to be right. Yeah, that or unless it's on Sunday and I got dress socks on. That's about it. But my point all the way around the block, my point in all of this is, why in the world do people think that your protest has to destroy property? That just doesn't, I don't get that at all. I've never understood that. Even during the Summer of Love, I disagreed with that. I totally disagreed with that. I disagree with this just as the same. Leave people's property alone. You can disagree with them, but why destroy somebody's property? That just seems like and it seems like it's a slippery slope. Because remember, they were destroying businesses during the Summer of Love. Now you're destroying individuals' vehicles because you don't like the person that was the head of the company. Like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't even make sense at all. Not even a little bit. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you a story. This is story time with Whitaker. When I started in education, I had a principal, shout out, who every Monday he would walk around the perimeter of the school. Every Monday he would walk around, he would pick up trash, let the custodians know that something needed to be done, blah, 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 blah. And then he would walk around the building, throughout the building, through everybody's classroom. And I understood the walking around the perimeter of the building. That made sense to me. But I never understood, why do you walk around everybody's classroom? You knew every Monday he was going to roll through your room. He might just walk in, poke his head in, and then walk out. He might walk in your classroom, stroll around the room, and then walk out. And never understood why. So one day I just kind of asked, like, hey, why do you do that? Why do you do that? And he said, I would rather know that something was wrong than have somebody tell me that something was wrong. And I would definitely rather know something was wrong than to be told that something was wrong through the news. And he explained that when he walks around the perimeter, he's looking for graffiti. And if trash and kids were on the playground, if anything's broken, something that could be a liability. I said, okay, I got you. That makes sense. And he said, when I walk around the building, I walk through the classrooms, I want to know who's there. I want to make sure that Miss Bumblebee is here. Do I know that Miss Caterpillar came to school today, or does she have a substitute? That way, if we know she has a substitute, we can kind of be on alert. Like, hey, we know little Johnny be acting up when they got a sub. So let's just make sure we keep our eye on Miss Bumblebee's classroom and make sure little Johnny doesn't have a problem. So that way, nothing hits the fan and we didn't know about it. Because, there's situations that would have happened where a teacher might be absent and you didn't know that she was absent. And they got a sub in the room. And the first time you hear about them having a sub is when you see them walk into the gym. You're like, what was that? Wait, that's a sub? I didn't know she was there. So he never wanted to be caught off guard and not know if a teacher was there, so on and so forth. Now, why are you, okay, Jason, where is this story going? I appreciate you asking that. Thank you so much. Crash Out Cassie. I don't think that Crash Out Cassie knows what the duties and responsibilities are of a mayor. And I don't think she's walked around the building, so to speak, to get a understanding of what's happening in the building or in her area. And I'm going to show you why. So let's bring this in. And I hate to say it, I think she just dropped a video too. We might be here all night, y'all. All right, let me bring this in real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, on her Facebook page, shout out to Crash Out Cassie. She was lamenting yesterday that someone was stealing her yard signs. It's super petty. She was saying that somebody stole her yard signs. So here we go right here. Let me bring this over and let's talk about it. Some people are so stupid. Well, I found out who's been paid to stalk me and follow me around and steal my yard signs. I guess his job wasn't important to him. Instead of handling the business of the village, he's out doing politicians' dirty work. Caught ya. Clearly, I'm a huge threat. Okay, so you see here, there's a young guy right here, and you see him in a high visibility vest. Most of the time you see that, there's probably like a highway worker, construction worker, usually on the side of the road, whatever like that. And so he's picking up those yard signs right there. And earlier she was lamenting. Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. It's right here. She was zooming in that this is him. Okay. And what I want to do real quick is I want you to look right here. This is clearly a village truck. It's not just your average Joe. It's not just some, team house hater. It's actually an employee of the district or of the village. And we can see it also here as well. And this is see that zoom in? Ooh, that's kind of zoomed in too much there, Trisha. Okay, that's a village employee. He's got his yellow on so you can see him because he's going to be on the side of the road and so on and so forth. So the question is, why is he removing those signs? That would be a good question to ask. Or you would probably think, okay, well, yeah, maybe Cassie has a point. Maybe they are, mistreating her or looking at her differently or treating her unfairly, and that's why they're removing her signs, because they're clearly out after her and they're trying to stymie her campaign and so on and so forth. You might believe that. You could believe that. Well, let me show you why you shouldn't believe that. So here she did a video. Shout out to Cassie. And I also got to get the policy up. Hold on one second. All right. So she did a video and she was explaining that they are stealing her signs. But before we do that, I want to read the policy, because if you notice where she's standing, you may not realize where she's standing. She's standing on what's called an easeway or a parkway. Some people call it easeway, parkway, right of way, any of those kind of jazz like that. Those are a lot of time what they're called. And I had it ready and I closed it out because, of course I did, because that made sense to me. So let's go talk about this. And it is called, here it is right here. Okay. Where Cassie placed those signs is in the right-of-way. So in Illinois, the public right-of-way, the ROW, is a type of easement dedicated to transportation purposes, such as roads, sidewalks, railways. Most people recognize a right-of-way as the driving lanes, shoulders, ditches, and corners of intersections. Illinois law restricts the placement of campaign signs or any other unauthorized signs in the public right-of-way or on public easements. So where she actually put her signs, she actually could not do that. She was actually prohibited by Illinois law, but I don't think she actually knew that. And when we watch this video right here, we're going to see pretty clearly she doesn't know that she can't put her signs there, even though you don't see any team house signs there. You don't see any roofing company, painting companies, tax companies. You don't see any other signs there. And why did you not see those? Because they're not supposed to be there. And so I think it's funny that she still doesn't realize this and she wants to be mayor. But watch this. One in the chat when you can hear.
Yep. All right, good afternoon, people. This is the Southern House of Jordan. I'm going live. We're out here on Sibley and Greenwood. As you all can see, Food for Less has partnered with us. They're partnering with our campaign. They allowed us to put our signs out. And yesterday, we actually came out, put the signs out. And of course, someone sent, was it a medium height, light-skinned guy that was actually caught on camera still in the sign. So we see you, we got you on camera. So yeah, so we invite you to come out again today. The police report has already been filed. Yeah, listen, we all can campaign, but let's do it the right way. We don't need to be stealing signs and doing all that crazy stuff. If you are confident in your candidate, then be confident in your candidate. But stealing signs and tearing up people's property, that's what we don't do. We're better than that. But these are the people that want to lead Dalton. So once again, we're out here for campaign, rebuilding Dalton, the Parental House in Jordan, the Nasha Lee Harrison for a trustee. So, for those of you that want to come out and steal signs, point to that camera over there. Smile, you are on candid camera. And we got a full image of the young man that was caught taking the signs up. All right, peace out.
She loves saying peace out. Y'all, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing because you can't put signs there. Putting signs there is illegal. But you know what? Shout out to Bobo. Bobo actually sent this to me and was able to record this when she did it live, and then she pulled it down. But Bobo, the idiot, I don't want to call you the idiot, but Bobo was able to secure it and sent it to me. So shout out to you. Thank you. But this is what I'm saying. This is an unforced error. This is a mistake that she did not need to make. She didn't need to make this mistake of thinking that somebody was stealing her sign when in actuality, you can't have signs there. That's why you don't see any other, like, even let me zoom back. That's why you don't see any other signs here except hers, because she's a beanhead that put all the signs out there. That's why you don't see a roofing company, lawn care company, or again, tax services. None of those are there. Team House, none of them are there because it's an obstruction and you can't be on this little easement of land. But she doesn't know that. That's the part that's really like, man, I feel bad for you. Because he really thought she really thought she was cooking. She done went over there, did an Inspector Gadget over there, getting the tapes or running back the film, and we got you on candid camera. Baby, you can't put the signs there. That's the thing. You know, y'all pray for her. Yeah, I feel bad for her because at some point this has gone past. This is no longer funny. This is actually derangement. That you really think people are taking your signs because you're a threat. Baby, you don't even have a whole slate. It don't matter. You really don't even have a whole slate. You're going to be ineffective if you were, heavens forbid, elected mayor. You're going to be ineffective. It's going to be because you and Harrison going to be fighting with whoever the other trustees are. It's not going to work. It's going to be the biggest dumpster fire. And look, your boy going to get another Hellcat. I'm telling you. I don't understand. But this is something that she could know. She should know. I'm sorry. She should know this. That I can't put signs here. So I don't need to waste my time putting signs here because they're gonna come by and collect them up. Because I guarantee you, if we were able to go to this spot right now, those signs are probably gone. Or soon thereafter, they're gonna be gone. And because you can't put signs there. But that's just you should know that. You should know that. But you don't. And therein is the rub. Therein is the rub. Shout out to Crash Out Cassie. Over here showing us exactly why we call her Crash Out Cassie. But you know what? What does Rev say? Thank you for the $4.99 super. Her show is always love the background effects, but I can't help it now. When is she lime green? I think about. Well, I mean, my green I've been rocking green not well before. I've been rocking green for a while, so I'll take the YSL trial. I'll let YSL use it as well. I'll lease it out to them. Okay, y'all. She just did a video. And I got it. I don't know what it's about. Do y'all want to watch it? Let me know in the chat. Do y'all want to watch it? She is so cringy. She is so cringy. I feel bad for her. I'm like, you at this point, this is like abusive. Like, this is terrible. What does Chicago say? What does Chicago say? You can't tell her know it all, nothing. And she knows it all, but she clearly doesn't because that's why her sign's getting picked up. Like, if you don't see anybody else's signs there, it is a good indicator why your sign should not be there. I mean, not trying to be funny. Don't tell me you think you just found the perfect plot of land and nobody else knew about it. Come on now. Come on. Thank you so much again for the support. The only thing that's threatening about her campaign are the baby hairs. She slicks down after from her lace front. Could you stop? Y'all put Chicago red in 0-second timeout. Mods, please put Chicago red in 0-second timeout. Thank you. All right, we're going to do this. Oh my gosh. You know, okay, that's how we'll know. Flood the chat with those green hearts. Let me know. I'll pull this up. Flood the chat with green hearts if you want to watch this. I have no idea what she's talking about. She might be talking about me. She might say, Dear Will Christian got a fake beard. He got a lace front beard. I don't know. I have no idea. She might be saying something bad about the boy. How about your man's? It looks like she's going to Oh, it looks like she went. What is she doing? I don't know. We got to find this out together. She literally just posted this. Oh, the green hearts are rocking. Yeah. We got to give the people what they want, Jason. We give the people what they want here at DWC. We are here to provide a service to the people. And so we got to do it. So with no further ado, get yourself some popcorn. Get yourself.
Hello, you wonderful Dalton resident.
Okay. Oh, this is somebody else. This is not her. Who is this? Oh, okay. It's on her channel, but that doesn't sound like her voice. Oh, then that means it's somebody different. Let's go. All right. I see y'all. Make sure you got your popcorn. We're going to find out together. I have no idea what this is about, but we're going to watch it together, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, you wonderful Dalton residents. Y'all know the voice. Y'all see me up here on Greenwood. Can y'all see them wonderful people over there skating? Got them days on a nice day like this, I just come out and check out some of the scenery.
Who is this?
I'm a little curious. The nice days are coming. Who's going to be responsible for keeping the basketball court open? Sort of kind of on a nice day like this, somebody should have thought to just have it open just for a little while, but that's just my thinking now. But as I see it, y'all see those wonderful individuals over there skating on that skate.
Oh, okay. That's a skating rink. Okay. All right. And that's a skating rink over there. Shout out. Now, somebody mentioned that there's like buildings on this left side that they think could become restaurants and whatnot. Okay. Okay. Let's see who this is, though. I don't know who this is.
After the fact, we're going to have to utilize it. I'm fine with getting any kind of committee of people together. Oh, it do look like, let's see how they got on the basketball court. I'm for getting any kind of committee of people that are right here in the Dalton area that are Dalton residents to be the ones to kind of oversee. Basketball, even though there are some adults, they kind of made themselves unattractive to make sure.
Can we all agree that Dalton is in the Windy City? Can we all agree to that at least? I think we could all get I take it back. Earlier I said that we could not all agree on one thing. I think we all can agree at this moment that Dalton is in the Windy City. I think we all can agree to that. Good gracious. This is horrible.
That this basketball court never end up like it did before.
Who is this person, I wonder?
It was a passionate project of mine. And to see it come back, this is where my youngest son spent a lot of his days. He's 29 now.
Oh my gosh.
And some of us didn't move here to move. I'm one of them. I didn't move here to move. I seen the video that's out. Signs getting took up. Oh, don't look like nobody on the courts, but I'm gonna get closer to see.
Girl, I can see that from here. Ain't nobody there.
It's gotta stop. Because no matter who's doing it, it's still being done in the community of Dalton. Henceforth, still just an embarrassment. And I'm looking at the video, besides the one I do have, to notice that there's a public works truck in the video. So like I said, once again, why don't y'all just stop? What is it that y'all just can't stop? Because here's my public service announcement. Y'all don't own Dalton. Y'all do not own Dalton, Illinois. And the way you all been carrying on, you would think you all were the sole proprietors of it becoming a corporation. Put embarrassed in this community. We already gonna have to find all kind of ways, resources, and means to get out of half of what we in. Oh, it doesn't look like anybody's on the courts, but once again, back to my curiosity. Since things have been so unstable, my curiosity wonders who's going to be totally responsible for making sure the youth, the adults, and the little people get access to these courts as the weather is getting very, very, very nice. Oh, nobody's on the court.
We could see that already. You didn't have to walk over there to see that?
See it back into existence again. I just come out some days just to make sure it's still here. So now, I'm going to head back to my peace space.
Okay, and I understand, and feel free, Daltonites, to chime in. Apparently, Tiffany Henyard did revitalize, refurbish, restore the basketball courts. Apparently, that was a big deal. Something that she did do well was revitalizing that basketball court. Because I remember it was blue. So that's something I heard that she has done. So, shout out to that. Well, give her a little bit of credit when credit's due.
Now I guess I'll keep recording while I'm walking home.
Who is this person?
I believe there's still much unity in Dalton, Illinois. I know there are good people here.
Okay.
I've met a lot of them. I know there's more togetherness here than division, and I believe that's all gonna. It'll speak. It'll speak. Because we deserve so much, much, much more here in Dalton. And yeah, I'm for rebuilding Dalton too. Now that's me using my words. Yep, I'm for rebuilding Dalton with Cassandra Jordan. However it's gonna play out, because as long as she's a resident, she's still gonna be having good input in the community. And it's just sad to keep seeing the same thing over and over again with individuals that don't really have the best intentions of the community in mind. They just keep on having their hand in all of the negativity. And that it's not me. And yeah, I could go into the names if I choose to. But you know what? The level they being on, I wouldn't choose it if it was on the other side and it was an opportunity for me to get back.
I think that's interesting. I would love for her to tell me what is Cassandra's platform that she supports. What is she doing? What has she outlined? And where can I see it as well so that I too might want to support it? Because she sounds like she knows, like she got the inside scoop. She knows what's going up and coming down, but I don't know it. So how would I know what it is? That would be my question for her.
It just
before she gets blown away.
It's either way it go. You claim you still live here. You claim that you care about Dalton. But yet some of your conduct, deeds, feelings, and behavior is just atrocious. It's just absolutely atrocious. So my thing, I'm always do my best. And that's about my wholehearted free will choice. But after seeing what I seen up at Food for Less, you know what? I usually mean what I say. And I'm going to keep on watching all the way up to April 1st. I catch any more, I'm going to be the first one to go in the courtroom. Because it makes no sense. And if they keep doing things like that, that's where the lawsuits keep on coming in. Because what makes you think people have to keep tolerating it? Some people are going to do the right, appropriate, respectful, lawful thing. Yeah, cuz that's a bad hole. Lose your car in it. But once again, it's just me and my internal speaking. I ain't going through all that who hears it, take it personal and all that. If I didn't name your name, it ain't none for you to take personal. But for everybody that's living here, we all deserve much, much better. We want to have a community that's functioning. We want to have a community that's thriving. We want to have a community where I see this young man on his little scooter. Don't have to worry about it. And for as long as this plastic bag been here, can anybody possibly pick that up?
Okay. Now, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not going to be ugly about it. But if you're going to, this is the Cassandra effect. You just call out a issue and do nothing about it. She literally just said this bag has been there for however long, that trash bag right there. I don't know if it's full of leaves, full of bodies, full of cash. I don't know. But why are you not getting it picked up then? If it's there, why are you not picking it up? I understand there's a public works and they're supposed to be responsible for that. I got you. But if you're going to say it's been there, somebody eventually is going to have to do something. Just like that pothole that she said, she commented on a moment ago. Eventually, you're going to have to do something. Let's say that nobody ever fixes the pothole. Nobody ever picks up that trash bag. Or no, the city doesn't do anything with the pothole. The city doesn't do anything with their trash bag. What are you going to do? You're just going to sit around and keep walking past it? Eventually, you need to go get it picked up. Eventually, you're going to bring your garbage can down there, kick it into the garbage can, and then wheel it back to the house. I've done it a lot of times. But eventually, you're going to have to do that. So this narrative that she's doing, and I don't know the lady specifically, but the narrative that we can just sit around here and just finger point and wag our fingers about stuff, maybe you should do something about it. Now, I don't know what you would do about a pothole, but maybe you could do something about it. Because maybe the city is never going to do anything. What are you going to do? Is this big enough to swallow an RV? What are you going to do? Eventually, you're going to have to do something about it. And so just saying that there's a garbage bag right there, okay, fine. And when I go to Dalton, if I see it, I'm going to say something about it. And who knows? Maybe if I see it there and I can do something about it, I'm going to do something about it. There. See, problem solved. Take notes.
Somebody pick that up. Such a nice
Fix
day.
it flat.
Things I wanted to go through the community and check on and look at. One thing I could say about the people that actually still own this house, they always come, keep the landscape good. They came and they boarded up the ones on the side, but I think maybe the village did the front. And when the garage mysteriously burnt down, they paid for the debris removal. So like I say, we need to find more owners like houses like these, and thank God this one is not dilapidated or falling down, the windows haven't been broke, the roof is not caving in. So that's where we start to. If they properly documented, then everybody and anyone know exactly what to do with them. So, to all you Dalton residents, anybody coming across this video, you stay in a good day way. It's real nights outside. Hit up that backyard. And I know some of you people out there barbecuing. Stay like this tomorrow. I'll probably throw me some on the grill. Coming up on my peace space. And yeah, my signs better stay in my yard. But then I challenge you. I got cameras all around my house. Go ahead and try me and the sheriff. We're messing with these signs or any other signs that can get picked up by my camera. It's ridiculous. But then again, I say maybe they blinking. Conscience never let you go from what you do wrong. You just try to keep it from coming out and finding you and showing up and calling your name.
What are you talking about?
Hey, over there, free will to have people do what they gonna do. Butterfly love and peace to all y'all out there.
Okay, I might be being picky, but if you notice here, this young lady's sign in her yard, I'm not 100% certain, but over here on the left, that's your yard. Over here on the right, that's the parkway. And I don't think you can put signs there because she has her signs in her yard. This is technically the yard. And maybe this could be an extension of the yard, and I might be trying to split hairs. So if you're one of my Daltonites, feel free to comment. But this is her yard, and that's where her sign is. I don't know if she can put her sign out here on the opposite side of the sidewalk. Yeah, only in yards in Illinois. That's what I thought. So she can't put it over here, because if she put it right over here, next to this fire hydrant on the side where the fire hydrant is, it would be removed because it's in the parkway. You can't do that. The right of way. You can't do that. So she's She over here grandstanding about she don't want somebody to take her sign, and I dare you to take my sign. Ma'am, it's in your yard. Nobody would take your sign. Nobody, the public works would not have to take your sign. If it were on the other side of the sidewalk, however, they would. But that's what Cassie Crash Out doesn't know. That's why she was so big and proud about the whole thing with the Food for Less and her signs being outside Food for Less. You can't put your signs there. I'm willing to guarantee you, you didn't see any Tiffany Henyard signs over there during her and Jason House's run. I bet you didn't see any over there then. So why would we see yours here? That makes no sense. See, she's just a trip, man. She's a trip. But she's embarrassing. Like, Cassie. Oh my gosh. Let me show y'all something. We're going to move from there. Shout out to Cassie for giving us some more great content. I appreciate you, Cassie Crash Out. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much, love. All right. What are you wondering? Hey, I got the ballot. So the ballot is out. For, early voting starts Monday. So let's look at this. Just in case you were wondering, us undocumented Dalton residents, you're kind of wondering about this. So let's look at it. I don't think it'll zoom in anymore, Jason. It will not zoom in. I know my family cooked something or got something to eat. I smell it. Okay, it won't zoom in. Okay, so we got the village of Dalton, mayor, full 4-year term. We got Mr. Jason House, the Democrat, and the rebuilding Dalton party, Miss Cassandra Hobson Jordan. And I guess this is the way that she's going to spell it, with one S, because I've seen it a lot of times, a lot of different ways. And of course, there's a write-in candidate there. But I think you have to register as a write-in candidate. So I can't just put, you can't just write DWC in here, because I didn't register as a write-in candidate. So if you didn't register as a write-in candidate and you want people to write your name in here, it's not going to work. So just something I believe is right. But let's go. The village clerk. We're still dealing with Dalton. Village clerk, Miss Allison Key. That's going to be a slam dunk right there. So again, if Cassandra Hobson Jordan were able to secure the mayoralship, she would still have to work with Allison Key, who she's been talking trash about. All right, here comes village trustees, full 4-year term. Vote for not more than 3. Not more than 3. So we got Brittany Norwood, Kiana Belcher, Edward Steve, and Denasha Lee Harrison. So no matter what, how it shakes out, even if Denasha Harrison was elected, there would still be 2 trustees that Crash Out Cassie has been talking trash about. But watch this. This would be like, how serendipitous would this be? Cassandra wins, and Brittany, Kiana, and Ed Steve also win. So she's been talking trash about them, and then she would have to work with them. That is craziness. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. But let's keep going. All right. The Thornton Township. Here comes a supervisor. Full 4-year term. Here we got Napoleon B. Harris III. We got Richard Nolan. He's a Republican. And we got Chris Clark, Reform Thornton Township. And Nate Fields Jr., the independent candidate. There we go. All right, let's keep going. For the clerk, we got Cassie Nesbitt. Nobody ever runs for clerk. It seems like all the clerks are always one. That's wild. Okay. This is interesting. For the assessor, Cassandra Holbert, please forgive me, Elston, and she's a Democrat. She's running by herself. All right, and that's a full 4-year term. All right, my goodness, look at these. Okay, back over here to Thornton Commissioner, Highway Commissioner, please forgive me. We got Antoine T. Russell and Mr. Tim DeYoung. Antoine's is a Democrat, and Tim DeYoung is a Republican. All right, here comes the trustees. My goodness, in the morning. All right, full 4-year terms, vote for no more than 4. Byron Stanley, Chris Gonzalez, Mary Avant, Valerie Stubbs. They are all Democrats. Then we got Carl Dabrowski, David Barnes Jr., Jeffrey Coleman, Keisha Richardson, and they are all Republicans. Then we get to David Clay II, Dominique Randall L., and Jacinta Galston, and Rachel Jones, and they are the Reform Thornton Township Party. I think that's the young lady that was speaking after the most recent Thornton Township, and she spoke to the Lansing Journal. I believe that's who that is. Let me see. Yeah, I believe that's the party. I think. I might be making that up, but I'm going to continue. Dalton Park District. I don't know why they split this up. I thought they would have kept these together. Dalton Park District Commissioner. We got Gail Towers and Fania Dukes. All right. I guess they don't have to declare a political party. Okay, cool. And I think we've heard about Fania. We know Fania. Shout out to Fania. Dalton Public Library District. Library. Let me make sure I say that right. Trustee. 6-year term. Wow. Oh, yeah. And the Park District is a 6-year term, too. Vote for no more than 2. Oh, so then you just say Elizabeth Gonzalez and Danny Fields. Boom. Problem solved. All right. Let's go over to the other side of the ballot. Almost finished. Dalton School District 149. Okay. And we were talking about this school district thing. We'll see what ends up happening. Members of the School Board of Education for a full 4-year term vote for no more than 3. Alicia Burks, Latanya King, Cheryl Tillman, Sonia Williams. I am not going to butcher that person's name. And Teresa Jameen. Oh, they might be married. Okay. Interesting. And if you want, oh, by the way, let me give you the link to this so y'all can see it just in case. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for asking. Oh, okay. Keisha is the one running for trustee on the Republican ticket. Oh, that was who that was? Keisha Richardson. There she is right there. Okay. Thank you, Chicago Red. Appreciate you. Okay, let's see what we got. And of course, you got write-in candidates always. Thornton Township High School, School District 205. Man, y'all school districts are wild. Bernadette Lawrence, Ray Banks, Sonia Bradley, Lamita Vassar Moody. Why does that name sound familiar? Vassar Moody. I feel like somebody here in Atlanta's named that. Okay. Rory Lee, Kawana Caesar, and Annette Whittington. Shout out. And lastly, the South Suburban Community College District 510. And again, this is a school board member, 6-year term, vote for no more than 2. Oh, this one up here, you had to vote for no more than 4 for the 205. So now we're into 510. We got Prince Reed, Max Solomon. Y'all know who Max is. Vincent Lockett, Riley Rogers. What do you know about that? And Tahina Hill. Wow. Okay. Well, that is the ballot. So early voting starts on the 17th, which is this Monday coming up. That's kind of cool. All right. So we'll see what happens. We'll be keeping our ears to the ground. I'm trying to make sure there wasn't another page or anything. No, I think that's it. Okay. Shout out. Double check. Yeah. Okay. Shout out. That's pretty cool. Okay. I've never seen one before online like that beforehand. I've seen the names, but that looks like a bona fide ballot. That's crazy. Okay. Shout out. What did you say? Dear Woke Christian. We mentioned Vassar Moody when we were looking up the school district. Yes, I knew that name sounded familiar. Because I know somebody whose last name is Moody that lives here. But Vassar Moody, I was like, what in the world's that? On the panel with you a few weeks ago. Ooh, okay. So is there some conspiracy going on? I don't know. This is such a wild story. I'm just here for it. I'm just loving it all together. But hey y'all, hit that like button. Yes, thank you, Malika. Appreciate you, sister. Thank you so much. Remind everybody, it costs nothing to hit that like button and help your guy out. Did you know that Tiffany actually had a food truck? I don't think I knew this. Or maybe I did. I don't know. It seemed like every day is something new with her. But she actually had a food truck. Let me make sure I can pull it in. Yeah, so she had the Good Burger food truck. All right. I mean, wasn't that a movie at one time? Like, she's literally used the name and looks like the logo even. The lettering of the that is wild. Because I know she had a location, but I guess she had a food truck too. Shout out to her. Okay. She might need to go back to it. I don't know. She might need to go back to it and see if she can revitalize her hamburger game. I don't know. I wonder what she did with the truck, the van. I wonder what she did. Yeah, it was a movie. Thank you. I thought so. But what did she do with it, though? What did she do with it? I don't know. But I appreciate y'all jumping through. Real quick, shout out to these very kind, very gracious super chats. What did we say here? Great live. Thank you, Maldi. I appreciate you for the $10 super. Thank you so much. I'm lost. Other than winding cars, what is she proving? I don't know. Rev it up. I have no idea. I don't know. But she wanted you to know, if you go by her house and mess with that sign, she got cameras all over and the sheriff is going to be on your bumper. That's what's going to happen. So don't you be messing with them signs. I'm telling you. These people are crazy. They crack me up. Sherry was so good, very insightful. Oh, you talking about Sherry? Yeah, absolutely. I did reach out to her and see if she wanted to come on. So she falls through. Sherry Britton falls through. We will definitely let her come on. Thank you so much for the $2 super. I appreciate it for the $5 as well. Rev, thank you so much. And of course, Willie D, thank you so much, brother. Always Willie Doc coming through. Appreciate you, my friend. And again, Chicago Red, thank you. And welcome. Welcome to Donna. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. I appreciate you for sure. It's at the car wash. Y'all are not going to let this woman, y'all going to stay on her bumper for sure. Tiff about to be in a child line. I'm trying to tell you. I'm telling you. She probably slapped a Tiffany Cares sign on the food truck and rolled it on. You know what? I remember seeing that Tiffany Cares. I doubt that. I mean, this thing is done up. So I would think that it would be, hold on, let me pull it back on. This is done up. So I would think that this would need to be redone, rewrapped. Because I mean, this is all over it, but she probably could have. That's not a far stretch. Let me say it like that. That's not a far stretch. But I just think it would need to be totally repainted or rewrapped. But I could totally see what you're saying. Let me see what we got here. We got the studio full of stuff here. Let me go ahead and get my little panel together. If y'all want to come through, let's have a little conversation. Let's go ahead and do that. If you want to fall through and drop the link in the chat, I ask that you have your camera on, that you have your camera on, no profanity, and that we stay on topic. But we're just going to have a little chit chat, talk about something random pertaining to tonight. What do you think about the young lady that hit the other young lady in the track event? What do you think about Elon Musk and burning Teslas? What do you think about what's going on here in Dalton? Any of that? Jump on in here and let's talk about it for sure. I'm just checking to see if Cassie dropped anything else, because you know that stuff is funny to me. I think it's hilarious. Nope. Nothing new. So I'm going to leave it alone for the time being. But I'm sure she'll come back because she's going to take care of you, boy. She's going to help me out. But so I do want to say again, thank you all to all the new subscribers. I appreciate you. I'm hoping that you're enjoying the content. And this week coming up, we have a lot of stuff coming on. Like this coming Sunday, we're going to have Flip Chicago Red on. We'll be talking about the move to really rein in Chicago politics from the grassroots. It's going to be a good conversation. On Monday, we're going to have Dr. Scott from Free Indeed, the food pantry and ministry in Dalton. And we're going to have her on Monday afternoon. we'll have a good conversation as well. I'm looking forward to that. So, and of course, we got Mayor Monday coming up still and other good content and discussions. But I'd love for you to check those out. Let me know what you think about them. Always in the comments, you're welcome to let me know what you think, all that kind of good jazz. I do read. Somebody mentioned, or somebody asked me rather, Jason, do you actually read the comments? At the current moment, I'm still able to read all of the comments. So I try my best to do that and give you guys the appreciation, because I appreciate you stopping by to check out what I'm doing. Just like I appreciate who? Chicago Red. Mercy, what is that hat about?
Since you making me come on here with my camera on, I had to, zhuzh up my bonnet.
Bless her heart. Well, bonnet on the other side so we can see your face. There we go. This girl. Y'all crazy. All right. All right. So real quick, shout out to Chicago Red TV in the chat. Real quick. Am I right? The Parkway versus the Yard? Was she?
That sounds about right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay. Mm-hmm. You can't put, you couldn't put a real estate sign on that side of it. Okay. That's what I thought. So Cassie Crash Out putting her sign out there in front of, oh, by the way, Food for Less partnered with her campaign. Girl, they just let you put a sign outside. Be quiet.
Food for Less partner with Tiffany before they partner with Cassandra.
I'm trying to tell you. So they did.
Because Tiffany did a whole gas giveaway.
Sure did. Was
at that Food for Less.
Oh, was that the one?
That's the one. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I remember that. Okay.
Yeah, it's only one. It's right on Greenwood and Sibley.
Wow. Okay.
That's where she was.
I love it. I love it. All right. So give me early voting is Monday. Give us a lay of the land as an actual Dalton Thornton person. Kind of give us a lay of the land. What's going on? Tell us what you think.
Well, I'm still kind of on the fence with the supervisor election. I still don't know who I'm choosing. Mm-hmm. The only one that I personally know is Keisha with the Republican Party for supervisor under Richard Nolan.
Yep.
I don't know Richard Nolan. I haven't heard enough from him. I hear Keisha speaking more than I hear him speaking, and that bothers me.
I don't like that either. I mean, I agree with you 100%. So real quick, wish I could zoom this in more though. Let me see right here. There we go. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Praise his name. All right. So you said which one? You said
Keisha Richardson, the supervisor trustee.
Yeah, you can't zoom in, and then let's see. Why is this not behaving? It won't let you zoom in and move the mouse. Okay, but yeah, every time I've heard her, she's the one speaking. There we go. Praise his name. Praise.
And not that she doesn't speak well. She speaks. Oh, no. She's very literate and speaks clearly. And her position and the platform is understood. But I would like for it to come from the person that's running for supervisor.
You know what? You made me think about it. We could watch that video real quick as well.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. While you're talking, I'm going to go ahead and pull that up. If you're not familiar, after the most recent Thornton Township meeting, which was abrupt.
Very.
It was very abrupt. Oh my gosh. And Pink Book Lessons has dropped another video about the track runner. Oh, we're going to be here all night. We're going to turn this into a subathon. Hey, if I get 10 more subs, we'll watch that. No, I'm just kidding. Unless you're going to do it. Okay. So after the board meeting, I pulled it up real quick.
Okay.
Because I actually want to watch this. I thought it was pretty good, so I'm glad that you brought that up. Thank you so much for that. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, we got Chicago Red in the building, hanging out with us tonight. Let me move this over.
You literally have me violating one of my codes.
Oh my gosh, what is that?
I do not wear bonnets in public.
Oh my gosh. You know what, Chicago Red, you know what? You're family. You can turn your camera off.
Thank you.
I'm here for you. And that's only Chicago Red that can turn their camera off. All right. Okay, so real quick. After the Thornton Township meeting that just happened this past Tuesday, when Tiffany was trying to not let Stephanie Wiedemann on because she was on the phone and she was arguing with the lawyer, who, by the way, the lawyer was on Zoom, but she wouldn't let Stephanie Wiedelman be on the phone call. Crazy work, nasty work. Well, they abruptly ended and everybody was leaving. And then the Republican candidates came up and spoke because I guess they wanted to do public comment, but they weren't allowed to because the meeting ended. So they actually gave their public comment during the close here. And so let's bring this up just in case you didn't get a chance to see it. And to the point that Chicago Red is making, notice who's speaking. Notice who's speaking. All right, let's unmute this. One in the chat when you can hear.
So bring down. Yes, I'll put it to us. I think it's too loud. And that is why we're getting the static. It isn't really static. It's.
Is this like a public comment?
Because it's coming out so loud. It's a comment.
You can say it is. Okay. You can say it is. So you didn't get a chance to express yourself.
You guys want to get in on this or not? I don't know. Put that up.
1 second.
All right.
It's the local people who need.
Okay, I'm going to have to say it. She's giving a lot of orders.
Very much so.
She just told him, pick that up, hold it. Like, I would think that she's running for supervisor.
Absolutely. But, and if I'm going to be honest, because I do know her, she has a very take charge personality.
I can see that. You got her phone number? Call her and tell her to get on real quick. We can talk to her.
I'll see if the number is still the same because I haven't been at her place of business in a long time. But we still talk.
Okay, text her. Say, get over here. What's going on? No apologies. Get yourself up.
No apologies.
Get yourself up in here. I'm dropping the link in here. Get yourself over here. Thank you for the $5 super sticker as well.
But yeah, that's just something that I picked up just watching her videos. I always see her talking and I never see him speaking. And she even interviewed him and he didn't even seem like he had a lot to say. She was carrying the interview when she was interviewing him.
Yeah, they should just go ahead and switch places.
I took a little journey over to his Facebook page to see what he was talking about. And he didn't have a lot going on his page. And I'm like, okay, come on now.
Yeah, this is I have no hope that this is going to go further than this. All right, let's go. Let's see what they're saying.
Okay.
To hear this.
Can everybody see?
They're not even recording. They're about to miss it. All right, well, Melanie, you got us. I'm Keisha Richardson, candidate for trustee for Thornton Township. And this is the People's Choice for Change. We just want to address something. There is a cancer within the body of Thornton Township. And some would ask, how did we get here? 2022, Christopher Gonzalez nominated Tiffany Henyard as supervisor of Thornton Township. And he nominated her 12 minutes before midnight. What's the significance of that? Chris Gonzalez made a unilateral decision to nominate Tiffany, and had he not nominated her, it would have been left to the voters to decide on who the supervisor would be. Several names were put out there, but the voters didn't have the opportunity to be heard. Why did he nominate her? This is what's really significant. Was it because she was a young African-American woman who would take the seat and make history? Absolutely not. He had an agenda. Tiffany and Chris Gonzalez already had a working relationship prior to him nominating her for supervisor. She hired him to do construction work, this is Christopher, for the Village Hall in Dalton. And he saw it as an opportunity to use her influence and further expand his business to the 17 municipalities of Thornton Township. When she rejected that idea, and if things didn't go as planned, he got angry, disgruntled, and fought her tooth and nail. And then he jumped ship. Where did he go? Right into the arms of Napoleon and DOTS, the Democratic Organization for Thornton Township. He's going any which way the wind blows, which is an opportunist. He is a part of the cancer of Thornton Township. He's missed meetings. He just walked out of a meeting. Voter suppression. He's not trustworthy. He's not transparent, nor is he accountable. And they are all cut from the same cloth. All of them are cut from the same cloth. If the residents of Thornton Township want any kind of change, if they think that things are going to change by voting any of these people in, they're in for a rude awakening. It's not going to happen. If you vote for the same thing, you're going to get the same thing. You need to cut the cancer out. People's Choice for Change, we are not a part of the problem, we're a part of the solution. And on our 5-point platform, we laid out all the plans that we're going to do to restore the communities in Thornton Township. Do you have anything, Richard?
Let me say this.
Real quick.
Real quick.
You're running for supervisor?
I'm running for supervisor for the Thornton Township. The People's Choice for Change, we all have clean hands. What they're playing with the press is called 3-card Molly. There are no new candidates. It's just that these particular Democrats
Okay, folks, we gotta go. We gotta go.
So they're going back and forth.
This is public
in order
comment.
to-
Yeah, no, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Yeah, but we're gonna win. April 1st, 2025. We're gonna
Gotta
be
go.
the People's Choice for Change. Thanks a lot, my brother.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Come on, folks. Let's go. Let's move.
Keep up alive.
Managing editor from the Lansing Journal.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about
and
this.
I'm here with Nate Fields. He was going to make a public comment at the Thornton Township meeting tonight, but the meeting ended so abruptly, there was no public comment. So we thought we'd give Nate, who's a candidate, I should mention, for supervisor for Thornton Township, we thought we'd give him a chance to talk a little bit about, what his comment was about and what he wanted to say.
Okay, thank you. I do appreciate that. I did want to mention that, a lot of people don't know this, but Thornton Township is the largest township in the state of Illinois in terms of population. Now, Thornton Township is actually one of the first townships created in the state of Illinois in 1850, right? We have Thornton High School, Thornwood High School, Thornridge High School, okay, Thornton Fractional North and Thornton Fractional South inside of Thornton Township. That's not to mention the village of Thornton, sitting just south of us right now. And then South Suburban College was previously Thornton Community College. So this community is Thornton based. But under my leadership, we will have a Thornton Township Farmers Market. And I do plan to work with the local villages to see if we can start a program where residents can grow crop in their own backyards and sell it to the farmers market so they can make additional money and we can start to heal our community through nutrition. Thornton Township is the largest township in the state of Illinois. I think we can all agree
They call it
that
police
Thornton
on.
Township deserves 100% of a supervisor. Not 80%, not 60%, not 40%, and definitely not 20%. A hard worker, a thinker. I think I proved that through the objection process, but 3 attorneys, 8 objections. I beat them all. No representation. With that being said,
We're right next to the fire department.
Clearly.
3 words, Thornton Township, this coming Monday.
It's literally
go
across the
and
street.
vote. Thank you.
All right. Shout out. All right. Chicago Red. What did you, I'm going to back it up a little bit to that public comment as well. But anything you want to add before we talk about it?
I think I've said everything that I wanted to say about the appearance, the what it looks like.
Yeah, the optics are really
The
bad.
optics, yeah.
I wonder why Sergeant, I think his name's Storm, Officer Storm.
Officer Storm.
He came in hot. I mean, there's a lot of people still in there. And they've only been, he was like, y'all got to go. He stood in front of them and stuff. Hey, man, take it down a square, my guy.
Okay, calm down.
So I like the young lady. I think she presents well. I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I would not have thought that she was going to be the supervisor. But I mean, I know the roles once they, I'm sorry, yes, the trustee. So I know the roles are, the mayor and the supervisor kind of like figureheads. It's really the trustees. They really are moving things and getting things, making things happen. I totally get it. So I just wish my man would talk more about it, whatever he's trying to do. This is my thing. I think the narrative that I have a problem with the narrative that Chris Gonzalez was in the back pocket of Tiffany. And there's a couple reasons why I don't think that'll work. Simply because one, why has nobody else known this? What is keeping Chris from acknowledging and saying like, hey, I thought, Tiffany promised me a lucrative construction contract and she didn't fall through. She didn't come through. What's stopping him from announcing that if it was in fact the case? Nothing. Why would he not do that?
Right.
Okay. But also, this is my other reason why I don't think that the whole they were in cahoots beforehand. Now, I know Chris has admitted he did no research. He admitted that. Correct. So I totally get it. My other issue is, when did he nominate Tiffany Henyard, Chicago Red? Do you know?
It was at the last minute.
Right. It was at the last minute. If he was going to already nominate her, why didn't he come in there and nominate her from the word go? Why wait till was it 11:52? Why wait till the last second? If you knew you were going to nominate her already, why not come in there? I gotta go home. It's past my bedtime. Here I'm coming in the door, nominating her. Bang, let's go.
Unless your plan was to do it at the last minute so that there wouldn't be any pushback.
But there wasn't any pushback then, because if let's say there was the what was it, the 11th hour? Because at 12 o'clock they had to transition over and make a special election for it.
Correct.
But the people didn't push back then. So clearly, if Chris was in cahoots with Tiffany, so were the other people that agreed to Tiffany being the candidate, because they didn't push back and say, no, I don't like that candidate. Let's go ahead and let's leave it up to the people. Let's just go to special election, because they could have done that, but they didn't do it.
That's true.
So I'm just wondering, I don't know if that narrative really works. You can say that he's a part of the problem. I think that's, here, let me bring this back in. I think you can probably get some hay out of that. I do think that has legs, but he's also grown and acknowledged that he was wrong. So I think you have to admit, okay, the man has said that he's wrong. You see him fighting tooth and nail with her.
Absolutely.
It's not like you don't see them kikiing and sidebarring. So you got to say that, okay, he's fighting with her, or he's definitely not working with her anymore. So, and if Tiffany were in agreement, if Tiffany did have something over him and now he was fighting against her, don't you think she would have told us?
She absolutely would have. That probably would have been the only receipt she had.
The true receipt, right. If there was a true receipt that her and Chris were in shenanigans, and she say, look, Chris came, because she'll lie about it. So she'll say, Chris came to me and said, hey, I'll nominate you if you give me a lucrative contract. I never agreed to do that, and he still nominated me. That's what she would say. Right. But if she had, so again, I don't think that narrative works. So real quick, let me bring this back in. Let's do her again.
Okay.
So bring down.
I need you to hold this up for me.
I need you to hold this up for me.
I think it's too loud. And that is why we're getting the static. It isn't really static. It's.
And a lot of people were bothered by Mr. Keith Price coming over here to touch everybody and shake hands. He wanted to talk to what's her name? Keisha Richardson.
Keisha.
He wanted to talk to Keisha. I ain't throwing shade at you, Keith. I'm just saying, he went above and beyond to make sure. I don't want to shake his hand.
Is this like a public comment?
Here, let me touch her shoulder. Let her know.
You can say it is.
Okay.
You can say it is.
So you didn't get a chance to express yourself.
You guys want to get in on this or not? I don't know. Put that up.
Shout out to her. She like, look, pick that up. Keith said, well, let me go over and pinch her shoulder a little bit. Okay. All right, Keith. I see you, Keith. I ain't messing with you, Keith. You do your thing.
All right.
It's the local people who need to hear this.
Can everybody see?
They're not even recording. They're about to miss it. All right. Well, Melanie.
I love her face. Like, they're going to miss it. She gave him that Lucy Pearl right there. She said, look.
Extra, read all about it.
All about it. All right, let's get this dance.
You got us. I'm Keisha Richardson, candidate for trustee for Thornton Township.
I would have thought she was a
and
supervisor.
This is the People's Choice for Change. We just want to address something. There is a cancer within the body of Thornton Township. And some would ask, how did we get here? 2022, Christopher Gonzalez nominated Tiffany Henyard as supervisor of Thornton Township. And he nominated her 12 minutes before midnight. What's the significance of that? Chris Gonzalez made a unilateral decision to nominate Tiffany, and had he not nominated her, it would have been left to the voters to decide on who the supervisor would be. Several names were put out there, but the voters didn't have the opportunity to be heard. Why did he nominate her? This is what's really significant. Was it because she was a young African-American woman who would take the seat and make history? Absolutely not. He had an agenda. Tiffany and Chris Gonzalez already had a working relationship prior to him nominating her for supervisor. She hired him to do construction work, this is Christopher, for the Village Hall in Dalton. And he saw it as an opportunity to use her influence and further expand his business to the 17 municipalities of Thornton Township.
Okay, now all right. Let's just say that that's true. Okay, and I'm not saying that it's true or false. I have some questions. Why are you not showing the receipt because this sounds like a theory that you just made up, kind of like I'd be making up stuff here on the stream, but this sounds like something you made up or a theory that's just kind of posed out there like, oh, this, that, and the other. What if? But you don't actually have anything concrete. What is your concrete evidence for what you just said? Did he do work in Dalton before? Because that would change a lot. That would add a little bit of flavoring and coloring to his narrative about he didn't really know Tiffany. Did he do work? What was the work he did?
Right.
When was it? Was Tiffany involved in it? Or was it like how did he do this work? To me, I think those questions, she should have brought those receipts, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think because she could be cooking. She could be cooking. But we don't know because you actually haven't shown us it. Roasting with Richardson, see?
She rejected that idea, and if things didn't go as planned, he got angry, disgruntled, and fought her tooth and nail. And then he jumped ship. Where did he go? Right into the arms of Napoleon and DOTS, the Democratic Organization for Thornton Township. He's going any which way the wind blows, which is an opportunist. He is a part of the cancer of Thornton Township. He's missed meetings. He just walked out of a meeting. Voter suppression. He's not trustworthy. He's not transparent, nor is he accountable. And they are all cut from the same cloth. All of them are cut from the same cloth. If the residents of Thornton Township want any kind of change, if they think that things are going to change by voting any of these people in, they're in for a rude awakening. It's not going to happen. If you vote for the same thing, you're going to get the same thing. You need to cut the cancer out. People's Choice for Change, we are not a part of the problem, we're a part of the solution. And on our 5-point platform, we laid out all the plans that we're going to do to restore the communities in Thornton Township.
Okay, I do want to say that at least they do have a plan.
Yeah.
Outline. And I like that. I think it's dope.
Yeah.
I do like that, hey, we're not a part of the problem. I wish they had spent a little bit more time, because again, why pick on Chris?
Right.
Of all the people that are on team Napoleon Harris, why pick on Chris? Is he the only one that's dirty dealing? I mean, or that you can pick on? Because I'm sure other ones could be as well. Why not just spend the time talking about why you all are so great and why you're going to be excellent, or maybe outline your 5-point plan?
Is Chris the only one that's remaining as trustee in this election?
Let me go find. Let me pull up that sheet again.
Okay.
Is Chris the only one that's remaining as a trustee? Let's see real quick. All right. So this is trustees under Thornton. Okay. Thornton trustees. So we got Chris Gonzalez. Okay. Byron Stanley. I don't know who that is. Mary Avant. Valeria Stubbs. Yeah. So he's the only one that is currently a trustee and is running to be another trustee. Does that make sense?
That's why she's going for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
But how many? You can only vote for 4. So if you vote for Byron, Mary, and Valeria, that's 3. And okay, yeah. So you would have to vote for, if you wanted 4, then you would vote for all straight 4 right here. This 59 through 62. Okay, I got you. I still okay.
Well, I'm saying Chris because he's the only one that's currently a trustee.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. Interesting. Okay. Okay, let's bring that back up.
Okay.
Yeah, good catch. I still would like, again, I have no problem with the platforms. I got no problem with that. Just tell us why. Okay, we understand that you're great. So just tell us why you are and help us understand it.
Exactly.
All right. Let me know y'all can hear. Make sure you can hear.
I can't hear it.
Say again?
I can't hear it.
You cannot?
No.
What happened?
I don't know.
It gave me a message saying that let me refresh real quick. I don't want to refresh because it's going to close out.
Okay.
Let me back him up a little smidgen.
He doesn't seem to be a good public speaker either.
No, he doesn't. And also, I thought it was interesting when he gave her that sign, she just put it away.
She did.
she didn't feel inclined to hold it.
Not at all.
Not a bit.
She slid it right into her notebook.
Yes, she did. Oh, no. Oh, no. Trying to fix my audio, and I done rewound over. I done rewound the whole tape. All right, let's get back here. Shout out to Lansing Journal for their little chapters in here, though. That's dope. All right, let me see. I think this fixed it. Let's see. No?
No. I still can't hear it. Hello, everybody. It's your favorite girl from the Midwest, Chicago, Red. And I am taking over Dear Woke Christian. Wouldn't that be something? How's everybody doing? I can't even see the comments. So even if you're talking to me, I would not know.
Did I kick myself off my own channel?
I said it's a Chicago Red takeover.
It's a Chicago Red takeover. All right, let's try it again. Let's see if that fixed it.
Okay.
Choice for change.
Yep,
We are not a part of the problem. We're a part of the solution. And on our 5-point platform, we laid out all the plans that we're going to do to restore the communities in Thornton Township. Do you have anything, Richard?
Let me say this.
Hold this. And
You're
file
running for
away.
supervisor?
I'm running for supervisor for the Thornton Township. The People's Choice for Change.
Oh, no, Chicago Red. Do you know who this guy is with the hat back there? Don't tell me it's your cousin. Don't tell me it's one of your cousins.
He was sitting next to Alicia.
Yeah, who is that guy? I like that.
I don't know. He looks familiar though, so he's from the neighborhood because I feel like I've seen him before.
Okay, he might have been at that stepper set with you the other day.
With Cassie.
With Cassie.
We all have clean hands. What they're playing with the press is called three-card Molly. There are no new candidates. It's just that these particular Democrats are
folks, we gotta go. We gotta go.
So they're going back and forth.
This is public
in order
comment.
to,
We gotta go. We gotta go.
But we're gonna win. April 1st, 2025. We're gonna
Gotta
do
go.
the People's Choice for Change. Thanks a lot, my brother.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie.
Thank you.
He said, look, you got to get up out of here. You ain't got to go home.
But you got to get up out of here.
You got to get up out of here. Dang.
I got to turn the lights off.
Officer Stone said, look, y'all done call this meeting early. I can go home and get a hot plate instead of having to warm it up. Y'all about to, look, y'all ain't messing up my dinner. Let's go. Shout out to Officer Stone. Man, he was angry. Bless his heart. All right. So give me your overall tenor of this party. And hopefully she'll reply back.
I'm hoping she will.
It should be Monty.
Yeah, the 3-card Molly was really getting under my skin. You know what? I told you earlier that I had gone on his page to see what he was saying. And I read one of his posts and he had a lot of grammatical errors in it. I told him, I said, look, we just came off.
Fresh.
Fresh.
The wounds are still healing.
Still healing from someone who could barely speak above a 6th grade level.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to be a supervisor for a township this large and represent a body of people this large, you at least need to make your public appearance as perfect as possible. Now, we know there are no perfect people, but to me, the one thing you can control is what you type.
Yeah, no question about it.
You can't retract what you say, but you can absolutely edit what you type. So I need you to look at what you've typed, make sure it's correct, and then put it out. If it's not correct, there's an edit option in Facebook that allows you to make the corrections. We'll still see what you did wrong if we want to, if we're that nosy. But at least you made the effort to correct it. I don't know if he ever did that because I was busy for the rest of the day. But yeah, that was one thing.
You can just delete it, my man, and start over again. Just rewrite that joint.
Just delete it.
And just delete it and restart it. Rewrite that.
Absolutely. But yeah, my only problem with that party is that Keisha is doing all of the talking. And it's probably for good reason, but it's not a good look.
Yeah, it's not good at all. All right. Let me so I'm just scrolling through it as well. Yeah, I can see it. Yikes. Let me pull it in and we can look at it and have a little word or two.
Oh, you went on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm pulling up. Man,
I absolutely love your petty level.
So early voting, March 17th through 31st, Election Day, April 1st, 2025, the People's Choice for Change. I guess that means superintendent, number 52, Richard Nolan, trustees, 63, Carl, I already said that, 64, David Barnes, 65, Jeff Coleman, Keisha Richardson is 66, vote. Let's see more. And Tim DeYoung, Highway Commission. All right, what's the Highway Commission do? Is that filling potholes and stuff?
I really don't know because the highway commissioner at the township now is the white guy that sits at the end of the table when they're in the basement. It's him. I've never heard him speak. I don't know what he does outside of the title. I don't know what it's about. I probably should investigate that.
Okay, no. So
But I have no idea.
I think it's interesting. I mean, he's got a little shout out to Nate here on his page. Okay.
I saw that.
That's different. He challenging GOP, the People's Choice for Change. Indisputable truth, early voting, election day. All right. You writing in all caps, man. I'm gonna need you not to write in all caps, my guy.
That's another disturbance.
Yeah, that's a disturbance in the force for sure. Hey, let's debate integrity, honesty, transparency. Remove from insurance committee chair a huge. Oh no, a huge conflict. A huge conflict of interest. NAPO is an insurance investor, candidate for supervisor. Ha ha ha. DOTT. Okay. I mean, all right. I mean, let's see you. Just don't write in all caps, man. Don't write in all caps.
Yeah.
And give me some punctuation. I have no punctuation. All right. Let's debate integrity, honesty, and transparency. Okay. Beggars, employees, quit, white, black, brown, kids work, no pay, modern slavery, candidate, supervisor, haha, look, listen, learn, hustling, trap, free labor. Good gracious. Is Beggars a person or is this a name of a person? What's Beggars?
Beggars is a pizza place. Really good pizza.
So wait, hold on. Look.
Beggars employees, though. He's talking about the employees at the pizza place.
So we're crashing out over. I'm not trying to be funny. How many people we talking about in Beggars?
Beggars has quite a few locations.
Would you say 500 employees?
Maybe not 500.
Let's say 500 for easy math.
Okay.
Out of a township of 100 and something thousand.
Yeah.
We're talking about, okay. And they don't pay them at all. Okay. I don't know if that's a hill I'm gonna put my here's thousands to ex-employees record show. Okay, maybe something there. I don't know. I mean, he giving that work though. I see Napoleon's name. He giving him some work.
Yeah.
I don't. Is Napoleon at a board meeting? Wait, is that a board meeting? No.
No. There's Chris Welch and Governor Pritzker.
Where?
That's Chris Welch on the left. Go up. Go back up. Go back up. Up. Go up. Or we'll scroll. Yeah, there you go. You're right there. That's Chris on the left, Pritzker on the right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Bobby Rush.
Bobby Rush. Right there.
Is he a yeah, I think he's a senator now, or was.
And that's Pritzker right there, though.
Where?
With the red and white tie. Okay.
That's what I said. That's Chris on the left and Pritzker on the right.
I think I got you. Okay. Well, I mean, I ain't mad at them. I mean, they got a website. Let's see what they got on their website.
Okay.
I see y'all. I'm sorry. This is not the look. I'm sorry. I want to see their platform. Oh, there we go. Their platform. Let's look at it real quick.
Let's look at it.
Okay. They have a platform. Crash Out Cassie. Notice this is a platform. This is a platform here.
Laid out.
Okay. And it literally says, just in case you weren't certain, this is a platform. Like they're letting you know it's a platform. I'm sorry. I like when they have a platform. This is, I'm actually starting to lean toward candidates put their platform on a simple sheet like this, and people make the decision. Forget these ads, forget these, all that foolishness, maybe a debate or two, but like everything you believe should be put on a simple sheet of paper like this, and we should be able to read it and make our decision. Now
Absolutely.
you can, I'm sorry. Okay. The People's Choice for Change platform ensure the true integrity and fiscal responsibility. Okay. So far, I'm rocking with you. Conduct a forensic audit. Hire procurement officer and internal audit and loss prevention manager. Collaborate with democratic and independent organizations. Okay. What do you think about that?
About the first 3 bullet points?
Yes.
I think it's possible.
I want to know what are we collaborating with them for?
Well, because if they're running on the Republican ticket and the township that they're in is mostly Democratic.
Okay. Yeah.
Then they would absolutely need to collaborate.
That's fine. That makes perfect sense. Then never mind.
Yeah.
Stimulate economic growth in the community. Hire 50% of contractors from within Thornton Township.
Like that.
Okay. Implement residential requirement for new hires. Okay. I'm fine with that. I mean, the township is pretty big. So, I mean, if you're not inside, if you want to work for the township and you're not inside the township, what are you really doing? I mean, I can rock with that. Is that fair?
It's like I knew this when I was going to, when I worked at Verizon Wireless, I was taking college courses at Verizon, and my college teacher was an employee at Coke, the beverage company.
Okay.
And he said, the quickest way to get fired at Coke is bring a Pepsi inside the building and drink it.
Yep.
So, yeah. And because I work for Verizon, we had to have Verizon phones. Even you can have whatever other phone you wanted, but you had to have a Verizon phone.
Right.
So, if you work in a municipality, you should live in that municipality, because to me, you'll be more passionate about the work that you do because it affects you.
It affects you, right? So you'll know more perfectly. I mean, if you don't live there, you're talking about we need to create a skating rink, but you don't realize that there's other needs that are within the township that you're totally oblivious to. Reactive mental health services in the township. Develop community-based mental health programs.
Now, I know during one of our elections, Tiffany wanted to put it was something about mental health that she wanted to put on the ballot.
Yep.
But I can't remember exactly what it was, but of course, nobody voted on it because it was her. I can't remember what it was, but I was always under the impression that we had some level of mental health in the township, and maybe I'm wrong. I probably need to do a little bit more research, but I'm for anything that involves mental health because it's needed. It's necessary.
I don't know how I feel about the government being in charge of those kind of things, but I could be just super petty. Or
Well,
you know,
remember,
go
Thornton
ahead.
Township is an outreach type of township.
It's a yeah, and I know that I'm gonna, but I never hear you all talking about hospitals though. I always hear about police. I always hear about fire. I always hear about mental health, but I never hear about hospitals. I'm assuming y'all have them, but I don't hear about hospitals. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. There is
And
one in Harvey, which is the closest to me. It's Ingalls. I'm not familiar with many of the hospitals in that area because I'm not from that area. I just moved there in 2019 when I bought my house.
Gotcha.
So a lot of things I'm not familiar with because I don't really need them. I didn't need a hospital outside of what I got from Ingalls when I needed to go there. And that's, just for x-rays and things of that nature.
Right.
I haven't had an emergency, so I'm not familiar with all of the hospitals outside of that.
No, because I hear, Crash Out was talking about, I'm sorry, Tiffany was talking about, the seniors going to dialysis and this, that, and the third. I'm like, where are they ever going to the doctor, like their hospital or medical facility to get checkups and such like that? I don't know.
Right.
So I'm not opposed to this. I just wonder, would it be a state run or would it be just an individual run, private even run, mental health services, counseling, therapy, whatever. So anyway, that's just wonder.
Gotcha.
So we're going to maintain and enhance essential services, ensure accessibility to essential services for all residents in need. This is meant to be short and to the point, but I have no idea what essential services are. After 2020, I have no clue what essential services are anymore. So I don't know what this is. So not trying, and I know they probably tease it out elsewhere. And I know this is just a simple form, but I would need you to explain that out. Just know I'm going to ask you about that.
Right.
About those services. Expand programs for food assistance, transportation, and general welfare. And strengthen outreach efforts to inform residents about available township resources. Anything you want to add there?
No, I'm cool with that.
I like it. I just, again, and this is, and we've talked about this offline as well as on the show. One of my problems is that I don't fully the township grates against it grates against me. So the whole idea of the services, again, like food services is I'm not mad at people because they need food services. So don't hear what I didn't say. It just seems odd to me that the government does this and provides these services at such scale. Like this is a full-on enterprise. That's just wild to me. So needless to say, I'm not really that excited about food assistance. I want y'all to work to get more grocery stores in there and let people be able to buy groceries. Like transportation, same thing with general welfare. That's my mindset. But I understand what you told me about the township as a whole. It's just that works against me sometimes.
Understood.
Partner with these schools, these healthcare providers and advocacy groups. What they're going to do to improve the services for individuals with disabilities. Okay. Offer more inclusive activities, employment opportunities, and social programs for special needs residents. Not a problem.
Fair enough.
That's fair enough. Yep. Not my only issue. I've expressed several issues. I don't see anything about education here, like general education. I do see that they mention education
under special needs.
Under special needs. Yeah. Wait, do they say education? No. Well, they say schools. Partner with schools. That's it. They do say schools there. That's the first time they mentioned schools. But if you have, I'm just wondering if schools were higher on the priority of like, let's make sure that these schools are operating at their optimal, it would fix a lot of these. I think it would fix some of these problems that you have in the other platforms. Does that make sense?
But what do they have leverage over the schools? Because the school has their own board.
That's true. But partner with the school board to make sure that we're providing the best services possible and make sure that we're putting out the best product possible. Now, because again, like the only time they mention employment opportunities is under special need. Did they say anything about employment? Trying to start a school. I don't see anything.
No, I didn't see anything about schools and employment, but I thought I saw.
It's just right here. Employment opportunities right here.
Okay.
That's the first time they mentioned it. Everything else is just services. And so I'm saying, like, partner with the school boards to make sure that we're putting out the best K-5 product, the best 6th through 8th product, the best 9th through 12th graders that can get and then move into trade or move into a college situation or just whatever entrepreneur situation. But if they're going to do that, then like the only time they mention is under special needs. That's all.
Yeah.
Why not regular needs? What about the regular students?
Absolutely. No, I agree.
So
I agree. Yeah. But that is a full platform.
I ain't mad at them. This is
everything.
That's bullet points, and I mean, little green check mark. Shout out to the green. I mean, I ain't mad at you. I mean, they got a real platform. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to them. I mean, that's dope. And hopefully, I'll give them a run for the money. I don't know. You would know more perfectly than I if you feel like they would actually have a chance. But what do you think?
Honestly, I'm a little confused as to what Napoleon is doing. I have not heard anything from his camp.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard more from Keisha with this party than I've heard from Napoleon. Nate, I've seen on a few occasions. I've seen his interviews. So I don't know what's going on with the Democrats. But right now, the independent and the Republicans are kind of making waves. So
interesting. Do you think they're just taking for granted?
I think so. I think right now it's anybody's ball game. If you really? Ask me, yeah. To me, it's not a sure shot like it is with Jason. I feel like Jason is a sure shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's his race to lose. In with the supervisor situation, I think it's open for anybody right now.
I got you. Okay.
Because I don't see where anyone has swayed the majority to their side yet.
Interesting. Okay. No, I got you. Well, we'll see.
We will see.
Since there is how many people is it? 3? It's 3 people running. There's 4 people running.
4.
Trustee. Yeah. So there's it's going to be. Yeah, they're going to have to, whoever it is wins, is going to have to win decidedly, or they're going to have a runoff. So if they don't get.
I said, I need Richard to be a little more secure in what he's saying, a little more polished in what he's in what he's writing, and have his presence needs to be more of one that is sure of what's going on. Like he seems like he's not sure.
Yeah. I don't think that calling Napoleon out for a debate is the best look.
No.
I don't think I don't think that's gonna go the way you expected it, my guy.
No.
So no, I agree with you 100%. I agree
Not
with
at
you.
all.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go well. All right, Chicago Red, what you got going on your channel? So we can make sure, and if you could drop your link in the chat so people can see what you got going on. But anything cool that we need to go over and support?
Well, I'm a TV person. You don't watch TV, which really you really disappointed me. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna say anything. Oops.
Man.
Sorry.
There go my friendship right there. Continue.
Well, no, I do a lot of reality critiques, commentary. Anything that's on the tube, I'm talking about it. But I've been on chill for about the last 2 to 3 weeks because I've just been busy and under the weather in many ways.
I got you.
Yeah,
What's your favorite?
I'm gonna get back in it.
What's your favorite show?
Oh my God!
I know. On the spot. I know. I called you on the spot.
You did. Oh my goodness.
Okay. What's your favorite genre? How about that? Let's start with your genre.
Okay, sitcoms. Anything that's funny.
Really?
I'm there. Yes.
Really?
I love yes.
Okay.
And if I'm going to pick a particular type of sitcom, it's usually in the vein of Girlfriends, Harlem, Living Single. I like those types of sitcoms.
Okay. Interesting. I would not have thought that.
Really? What did you peg me as?
Okay, I just knew you were going to say reality TV. Or maybe I wanted you to say reality TV because I wanted to go down a path And I was like, oh, she's gonna say reality TV, and I'm about to throw this bomb out here, and it's gonna make the chat go crazy, and you're gonna lose your mind, and that. But you didn't say what I thought you would say.
Well,
So
let's go there because
you messed me up.
I do indulge in reality TV a lot because there aren't a whole lot of other shows on TV that I like to watch. So yes, reality TV is now my thing. It's not my favorite thing, but it's my guilty pleasure.
I got you. All right.
So let's go. Throw the bomb.
All right. Here it comes. And in the chat, I want y'all to chime in as well. Okay, so we're done with all serious conversation. So I know, well, first off, this requires that the Alphabet Boys do not come and pick up Tiffany Henyard.
Okay.
But so let's just say by some twist of fate, God is merciful and does not arrest Tiffany Henyard. I can see Tiffany being a reality TV star.
If I'm going to be honest, I will watch it like I watched Whitney and Bobby.
That's why.
Fools of themselves.
That's exactly why. Okay, watch this. But wait, get the tinfoil hat on your head.
Okay.
What if that's why they went to LA?
I wouldn't doubt it.
To talk with an agent about this and say, hey, because I mean it's scripted, so we already know that she already has a machismo already. She already has an air about her, the villain, the heel. So whatever show you put her on, you know she gonna cut a fool already. So you put her on, I don't know, real whatevers of wherever. You know she gonna be the heel. You know she gonna act the fool. You put her on whatever island. You know she gonna be the fool. She gonna be the heel. And people are going to watch because they don't like her. So hate watch is as good as support watch. So they'll watch it because of it.
Absolutely. But this is what I meant when I said was it last week that I said this to you? Tiffany has charisma.
Right. And Tommy G said that too. Yeah.
And that charisma will take her far. Now, whether or not she uses it in a positive way, we'll never know. Because she did a whole fool these last 4 or 5 years. A whole fool. So yeah, she definitely has the ability to capture people's attention. But is she likable enough for a long enough period of time where it would sustain her? I don't know.
I think, I hate to say it, like I'm sure somewhere on this internet there's some research that shows how long somebody need to be on a popular reality television show in order for them to, dare I say, take flight and not need the reality. Then they themselves become a brand. Because there's people who have their own little niche that were just like an ancillary character on a particular reality television show. And now they have their whole little shtick now. And, is it 3 seasons, 2 seasons, whatever, before you just kind of become your own little thing. You become your own meme. And Tiffany, again, comes with her own built-in audience and hate audience.
This is true.
So, I mean, again, if it was Real Housewives of Chicago, there would be a fan base that would come from day one. And if she acts a fool, it would be that fan base plus for day 2.
I would be so disgusted if she,
I hear you.
Trust me. Representing Chicago.
Trust me. I'm telling you. I'm not saying that that's it, because I really want the Alphabet Boys to have done their job and come and pick her up. While what would be great is they come pick her up while I'm there. That would be amazing.
That would be nice.
That would be crazy. I would reschedule my flight.
Well, there may be okay. Then maybe while she's locked up, she could be on Love After Lockup.
That's the name of a show? First of all, that's the name of a show.
Yes,
second of all, Love After Lockup is crazy
Love After Lockup. I've never watched it because I just cannot go down.
Sure you didn't.
When I tell you, right hand on my chest, I have not watched that show. I just hear about it from different YouTubers that talk about these things. But no, I don't watch it because it's I can't.
Oh my gosh, it really is a show.
I told you.
Oh my goodness. And they got the people mug shots.
I think there are variations of it, like love after lockup and
Love while on lockup and
right, something like
love
that.
on cell block H. That sounds crazy work. Love on cell block H is ignorant. That's ignorant. Okay,
And
so
then she could do her cooking with Tiff. You know how prisoners cook differently than people on the outside. She could give us tips on how she's cooking on the toilet.
I can't stand you. Goodbye. All right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Yeah. Love on D block. That would be crazy work. Okay, but okay, am I crazy though? Is that the craziest thing? Would it be crazy if she got a reality television show?
It would
I
be
hate
crazy
it.
and smart. It would be smart.
Yeah. What in the world?
But that's where they
FBI Illinois. I like it.
No.
Okay, but I am kind of surprised that there are not more of these housewife shows. Being that the fact that you don't have the requisite is not that you actually have to be a wife. I'm actually surprised that there are not more of them. I'm like, they've been cooking forever. Like, how do y'all? I'm surprised there are not more, because I am kind of surprised there's not one in Chicago, because we had one here, right?
They've tried to do shows in Chicago. They just don't pop like the other places. Yeah, because they had Mob Wives of Chicago, Mob Wives of New York started it off, and then they came to Chicago because, of course, Chicago is synonymous with gangsters, Al Capone and all of that. So, yeah, there are a lot of mobsters here, and they got, I don't know who these beat up women were that were the representatives of the Mob Wives, but I was like, throw them away.
They got beat up. Well, they got beat up.
Ooh, they look rough.
So
they look rough, and they look like they really had no mob ties, because Mob Wives have a certain air about them. They still have some money.
I don't know.
These women had no money.
Lady Dear Will Christian is not a mob wife, so I don't know about mob wives.
Yeah,
I do not know about mob wives.
I do have a mob story for you, though. This is real funny.
Don't tell me your cousin is a mobster, please.
Not at all. Not at all. No.
Go ahead.
While I was in high school, I was a freshman, and there was this Italian girl in my class.
Oh,
and
man.
I can't remember what her last name was, but it was when you hear it, you know it's an Italian last name.
Right.
So I'm at home this particular school night. The news comes on, and there was this bust of all these mobsters in this particular suburb that's nearby. And one of the people that was picked up had the same name as my classmate. And I was like, I wonder if they're related. So the very next day, I said, I think her first name was Marsha. I said, Marsha, I was watching the news last night, and they picked up this mobster, and he had the same last name as you. She was like, oh yeah, that was my uncle something. So I looked at her, I was like, okay, cool. We're good.
Yeah, I'm going to stand down. I'm not going to ask any more questions.
We're good.
That is wild.
Act like this conversation never even happened. I didn't even see your uncle. Well, I'm sorry, your brother.
The dog walker. Nope, none. I know nobody.
Didn't see it, but yeah.
That is wild. But yeah, I think there's room there. Leotis is a mob. Why are you people like this?
Well, you know what? He does wear capris like the mob wives do.
I'm trying to tell you. Finding love in Gitmo.
Got some pedal pushers.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I don't. That's I'm gonna leave that alone. He can have that, but he can have that for sure.
Oh my goodness!
Marry a dictator. Oh, that would be an interesting show. But he's not married to her, so that's actually worse. Like, oh help, I'm dating a dictator. Like that would be crazy. I'm dating dictator in Dalton.
Hey, come on, alliteration.
Clip it.
Yeah.
Clip it. But yeah, that would be wild. Okay. So it's not the craziest thing. So thank y'all for agreeing with me that I'm not totally crazy.
You're
and
not.
saying that. I think she should.
She absolutely should.
She
if
does
she's
not go
smart.
to jail. I mean, because I can't see her being employable under any other circumstance. You know what I mean? Like, I can't see any company rushing to add her to their management team or whatever like that. So you
Well,
might as well
this
just come on and
this
go
is
ahead and
Illinois, and this is Cook County, so stranger things have happened. I don't put anything past anything.
Do you think she'll keep trying to be in politics? Keep trying to be in politics. That sounded weird. Do you think she will continue
I
her
know what you
stint
mean.
in politics?
If she's not arrested, I don't know what will stop her.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take that. Okay.
Yeah.
Only thing
I
that's gonna
don't-
stop her is going to jail. I got you.
That's it. And even then, she'll probably campaign for something once she comes
While
out.
she's in jail, she's gonna campaign from Cell Block C. Hey
I used
y'all,
to be the prom queen.
I'm coming to you live from Cell Block C. When I get out in 5 years, I want to be your next county commissioner.
Maybe your CFO.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you're right. What would stop her? Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question.
Yeah.
What does it say?
There would be nothing to stop her.
Double jeopardy. I love it.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities. It's endless.
All right, give me your forecast for Crash Out Cassie. What's going to be her state on? Because she got 2 weeks to really make her push. So she's going to be out there outside of Food Lion trying to keep them signs there, chaining them down and stuff, and chasing down the poor guy that's pulling up the signs. Like, what do you?
You know, I feel like we can just take Tiffany's head off of her body on the night of election.
Okay.
And put Cassie's head on Tiffany's body in that same dark street that she was walking down.
Oh, yeah. We gotta
Being
be ready for that.
introspective.
Reflecting deep. Yes.
Yeah, doing all of that. And didn't even show up at her own party. That's going to be Cassie.
Really?
That's absolutely going to be Cassie. Yeah.
How many votes did you say she's going to get?
I said she'll be good if she gets a 10th of what Tiffany got. And Tiffany got 536.
536. Oh, you said a fifth of what
10th.
Tiffany got. A tenth of what? Oh, so like 53? I can dig
53.
that. I can dig
Yeah.
that. Sure. I can dig that. All right. This is gonna be the face. Hold on. Let me show you her face. Why are we so petty, man? What's wrong with us? All right, there we go. There we go.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you almost feel bad for her. Almost.
So I think was this snow shoveling night? I think it's a snow shoveling night.
Was that it?
I think so.
I can never tell.
I can't tell either, but I think this is gonna be it. That's gonna be the face. So we gotta find I mean, Cassandra's got some faces on her page too. So
No, she wait, Lady Luck Club pulled a screenshot of the crash out video.
Mhm.
It's her thumbnail for that video. And it is a crazy picture of Cassie.
Is it this one right here? Hold on one second. Is it this one?
Yes.
What does it say? The call Dalton voters stupid and ignorant because reasons.
That picture just every
That's
time I
wild.
see it, I crack up laughing.
That is wild. All right. So, okay. Yeah. I think 53 is reasonable. I don't even think it's going to be 53. I ain't going to lie.
You don't think so?
No, not anymore. I would have, if the election had happened like 2 weeks ago, I probably would have went with you like even 100, but I don't think it's going to be that much. It's going to be pretty bad.
It's going to be very bad.
It's going to be pretty bad. Because I mean, at this point, I still haven't heard a platform, anything that rhymes a platform from her, anything that denotes that you have a level of decorum and you'll be able to work with, because again, she's going to have to work with these trustees to some degree, shape, or measure. Yeah. And you haven't demonstrated to me any bit that you are able to work with them. So I think it's going to be a mess. So I don't think people are like, well, what's going to be the purpose of bringing in a new mayor if we got the same same trustees?
Exactly.
So, or we know that this mayor and these trustees work together, and they said they're going to work together. They've demonstrated through what they've been doing for the last 4 years. Why would they change that? And by the way, this is a very democratic city. And again, I think anybody can lose on any given day. So nobody's undefeatable by any means of measure. Ask the Titanic for further reference. The problem is you've got to be on your P's and Q's. Your game has to be exquisite. At this current moment, I just don't see that. So I don't know what makes her think that she's going to be able to garner that kind of support in this type of situation. If you're in a better mix, Jason was less popular, something like that, maybe I could work with you. But I just don't see how you can pull that off.
Exactly.
In reality. So.
And especially because the people have actually seen Jason go through he's been through this war with Tiffany.
Yep.
And he made it out on the other side. Cassie hasn't been in any battles. Not one.
Well, her own battles. That lady that came and talked to her at the meeting. That lady almost messed around and found out.
And she ran with her tail tucked between her legs when that one lady stood in front of her and asked her a question about her platform.
But that was a battle. That was a battle, man. That lady was in her space. She was in her personal space, man.
That lady has anxiety. She was the least threatening.
She said she had anxiety. Hey, man, what is wrong with y'all?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, Cassie.
Yeah, I don't know.
She can get back to her Cassie cakes.
Yeah, I would love to see how. I'm trying to see. I'm just looking to see if there's anything that remotely looks like a platform on her page. No. Yeah, no platform. I guess
nothing at all.
I don't know how she's gonna pull that off, but we'll see.
We will see. And we're gonna celebrate on the 2nd.
Not bingos and bullets. Good gracious alive. Why are you like this, Potato? Why are you like this?
Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, Chicago Red, I need you to do me a favor. Stop pulling up them yard signs. Stop it. Stop paying people to go around pulling up. What was it, the little light-skinned short guy? Stop doing that.
I don't even know any light-skinned short guys.
You're so funny.
I don't. Do I know anybody that's light-skinned and short? No, I don't.
No. Don't. No. Well, just don't. Stop doing it. Just stop. Even if you don't want to admit it now, just stop doing it. Stop pulling up yard signs and all that, please.
All right, if you say so.
I appreciate it. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all, thank you so much for rocking with me. Thanks so much, Chicago Red. I appreciate you following through.
No,
it's always fun to have you come through.
Absolutely.
And let's get ready to do it again real soon. Have you come on by and tell us some cool things. Do you early vote? That's a good question. Do you early vote? Or you?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Most times I do early vote.
As early as possible, or just sometime before the election day?
Sometime before the election day.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a rhyme or a reason.
Girl, why did Potato say I'm light skinned? I can't stand you.
You know what? Why is everybody
short,
like
though?
this?
But why are you short? That's the question. I don't know. That's a great question.
That is the question.
So, okay, so you do early vote. I like early voting too, I do feel pressure if I wait till the election day. I do feel anxiety, like, oh, I got to get out here. And if there's a lot of people, I'm going to feel like some kind of way. I'm just like, let me go now so I can get it out of my way because I got time. And I feel like there's not going to be a lot of people, not a mad rush and such like that. So yeah, I'm an early voter as well. I know a lot of people don't like early voting. I understand why they don't like it, but
I'll probably go on Monday because my license expires on Wednesday, and I always bring my license just in case. They never ask for it, but just in case they do, I want it to be at least a valid license. So
Can I vote? You think they'll let me vote if I came up there?
if you give the right name and address.
John Jacob Jingleheimer. Find the address of that that White House. That White House with the big fence, with the big porch. And I'll say, that's where I live.
That's where you live.
That's where I live. That's crazy. No, I don't want any voter fraud. We don't need that. We don't need any voter fraud. So no, I'm not coming up there to vote.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
But well, I appreciate
Thank
you, friend.
you so much for having me. As
no
always.
problem. Always
My
fun to
cousin
have
was
you.
in the comments.
Oh, where is she? It's not Potato, is it?
No, not Potato. It's been a while ago. I don't know if she's still there. But
Well,
she spoke.
Well, tell your cousin I said hello. Because you know what? It's not illegal. But you know what, though? Shout out. Okay. I was listening to the news. I was watching a podcast, and they were talking about the news from Illinois. And the newscaster said illegal, too. And I was like, yo, that's not the right way to pronounce that word. And so it's not just Tiffany. I've heard other people make very similar, the Illinois and the such like that. I think I've heard youth before from somebody else that I would esteem to be like, you would know better. So long story short, it's not just Tiffany. I've heard other people do it.
It's not. Unfortunately, it's not. But the other thing that gets on my nerves that Tiffany says is police. She'll hit the pole real hard. The police.
Police. Yeah, totally. All right, get out of here.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Take care, friends. See you soon.
All right.
Bye now. All right. How was Chicago Red? Thank you so much for hanging out with me, friend. That was good. Thank you all for kicking it with us. That was a good time. Hopefully you had enjoyed yourself in the best live chat on the internet. I thank y'all. Just again, Sunday, I'll have Flip Chicago Red will be on. They're an activist group in Chicago that are focusing on trying to change the political climate of Chicago. So I think that's going to be a fun conversation. And then on Monday, we got Dr. Scott from Free Indeed Pantry and others ministries that'll be in talking about what she's doing. So that'll be great. If you saw the Tommy G videos, she was a young lady that has the pantry and the thrift store and the mother's mother supply closet, all that kind of stuff. She'll be on. So we're going to be having a good conversation on Monday. And we got a lot of other stuff coming up this week. So make sure you check out what we're doing. Thank you to everybody that helped us hit 100,000 views this week. That's crazy. So thank you all so much for being a part of the best live chat and helping grow this channel. I'm glad you're finding value in it. Shout out to all the new members. Thank you all so much for being a part of this channel and helping this channel grow. Your support means a lot. And of course, thank you to the fantastic super chats. Thank you all, everybody who's helped out on this evening. Thank you very much. Oh, wait. There was one I missed. What did Lucas say? Keith and Keisha sitting in a tree. Keith was, I'm hoping that brother wasn't trying to do that, but he was giving that vibe though. He was getting that vibe. Let me go and touch that shoulder. See what happens. So yeah, I totally agree. Thank you, Lucas, for the $10 super. Thank you so much. Y'all, I think No Apologies Just Me is live as well. So we're going to get out of here. Let's run over there and check out what she's doing. Let me double check. I think she is live right now. We're going to run over there and say what's up to her. She was. Is she live? She's alive right now. All right. I'm going to drop the link to her chat. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to listen to it while I go in here and figure out what my wife and kids cooked. So I'm going to drop that link in the chat. Thank y'all, everybody, for supporting the channel. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe. It helps out. It doesn't cost you a thing. And green heart on the way out the door. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. I'll see you all real soon. Grace and peace.